All right.
Yep.
Welcome to my Call of Cthulhu actual play channel. Always been a Call of Cthulhu actual play channel. Will always be a Call of Cthulhu actual play channel. Um, Here with Michael Edmondson, Shane Wagner, and Lance Hannestad. Uh, so the place is Boston. The time is February 1933. A couple years earlier, in a fascist prison in Italy, Antonio Gramsci wrote, if we allow ourselves a bit of poetic mistranslation, that this was the time of monsters, when the old world is dying, the new world is yet unable to be born, and in the interregnum, morbid symptoms appear. Uh, Franklin Roosevelt is going to be inaugurated next month, but faces heavy opposition not only from Republicans, but also from the conservative Southern Democrats in his caucus, including his own vice president, who he was saddled with at the convention, John Nance Gardner, a Texas segregationist. Last month, Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany by the aging, ineffectual, and sclerotic President Hindenburg. The fascists have been in power in Italy for 11 years now. Japan, 2 years ago, invaded Manchuria. The Workers' Revolution is sliding into dystopianism in the Soviet Union. Uh, Democracy will not once again be on a safe footing until 1971, when Rawls proves once and for all that it is the uniquely just form of government. Um, the Harlem Renaissance is occurring. W.E.B. Du Bois is writing. People are agitating for civil rights, but again, politically, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Women gained the right to vote only within the last 15 years. Uh, the Great Depression is in full swing, um, creating immense material deprivation across the world. You all came of age during the Great War and the Spanish flu. Um, Science is making strides against disease, but is also going to make possible strategic bombing and all sorts of other horrors. Philosophy is in the grips of logical positivism. Uh, Thomism has failed. Paley's design argument refuted by evolution. It will be nearly 100 years before the existence of God is finally proved once and for all by myself and Brian Cutter. The argument for psychophysical harmony, available online, forthcoming in Oxford Studies in Philosophy of Religion. Um, but amidst all this turmoil, you might at least console yourselves with the knowledge that this is a time of monsters only in a kind of thematic or metaphorical sense. It's not like you actually have to deal with incomprehensible horrors from the void, beings in service to hostile or indifferent archons who hold dominion over uh, uh, this present age. But I say you might attempt to console yourself with that knowledge because, of course, knowledge is factive. So, uh, why don't we all introduce our characters? Uh, Maybe I'll just go counterclockwise based on my screen. Micah, do you want to go first?
Sure. Um, so my name is Thomas Cole, and I was born in Boston. So this is set in my birthplace and hometown. I'm a resident here, and I am a federal agent, specializing in, well, not necessarily specializing in anything. I bounce around a bit, but I have some experience with drug rings, kind of strange occultic groups here and there, um, but nothing serious, at least on that front. So, should I do any more? Is that fine, or do you want like more of a personality introduction, or is that going to come out as we
Uh,
go?
that's all right. You do have an injury.
Oh, right.
And,
Sorry. As far as physical
yeah.
appearance, yeah. Um, Nothing too out of the ordinary, average size, but I'm a bit uglier than most, partially due to a scar, that a facial scar running from left temple down to right mandible, kind of in this fashion. So it is not. I still can see out of this eye, but I do have a partially disfigured, I guess, left nostril and upper lip and whatnot. So long facial scarring that was the result of a work related injury, we'll say. Yeah, so physical appearance is nothing really noteworthy other than that. Just imagine a grizzled chain smoking Boston cop who's 30 years old, which we're in the 1930s means I look 67. So yeah, that's Thomas Cole. Which both the first and last name are Lovecraftian fiction references for anybody who's can suss it out. It gets a gold star.
All right, very good. Shane.
All right. My name is Henry Barnes. He was born in Boston. His father was a fiery Calvinist preacher. We lived our lives. He believes that he understands theology. He grew up paying lip service to the idea of being a preacher himself. Uh, that didn't work out when tithes started running down during the Great Depression. He had already come of age. He is around 33 years old, and he used what little knowledge he could recall from his father's sermons as he was a child to remember that God had chosen his chosen elect and promised them material benefits on earth, and decided to try and reap those material benefits at local casinos, gambling parlors, poker tables, and he has yet to see any success on that front. He is currently destitute, completely poor. He has turned to booze. Where he can find it, prohibition has just been lifted, so he's been making more.
Prohibition has not been lifted quite yet.
Just kidding. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
sneaking it where he can find it. And yeah, he'll talk about his hopes of one day becoming a preacher again, but at the moment, God has decided that he's going to be on the brink of total, utter poverty. Yeah.
All right. And Lance.
Yeah, okay. So Dives Dreyer was born in London, extremely wealthy to British aristocracy. His parents got divorced very young and he grew up in America. He moved to Boston in, I guess, his mid-20s, um, and had sort of like a life-changing moment where he realized that his life of extreme wealth and luxury was kind of toxic, and he sort of gave away a lot of his material possessions, but he keeps his vast stock profile. So yeah, he's handsome, tall, I guess good at talking. Yeah, and very, very, very wealthy.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. You all met in just a little over 3 years ago now at a casino. Uh, Lance was there. It is still prohibition. Alcohol is illegal, but there are there are you can have alcohol, right? So a common model is you have a members only club, and then you just have people have to pay, and then you have alcohol. So Lance was maybe there enjoying the speakeasy. Shane, you had spent some of your last money. You thought you were going to have a great run, and then didn't. But you saw Lance, this very fancy man, and started trying to bamboozle him with Calvinism lore. And you all hit it off. Um, Micah, you were there investigating rumors of an illegal speakeasy and a drug den. You saw Shane extremely dissolute and thought surely this man will know, and started trying to ingratiate yourself. You had no intention of making friends with these people, but they've just sort of kept inviting you to things, and after 3 years, it would be really really awkward you know, dip out. So you keep getting drawn in to their schemes and so forth. Lance, you have been attempting to divest yourself of your wealth a bit, feeling guilty about it, and so I recall that you had sold your apartment. You're living in a kind of boarding house, so it's a nice you know, a nice house that's been divided up into apartments. The landlady lives on the first floor, and you know, then the bedrooms have been converted into apartments with shared facilities. Your landlady is going to host a dinner party. She tonight she suggested that you can invite some people over if you wanted. She likes you a lot. Because you know she thinks you're of good breeding, reliable, paying your rent, all this sort of stuff. She herself is from kind of an old money New England family, but lost a lot of money in the stock market, and so had to start renting out rooms. So you've invited Micah and Shane over. As I say, the landlady is going to be serving dinner later, but you're in kind of a parlor on the first floor. There's a window that looks out onto the street. You can see the house of your neighbor, Mr. Corbitt, across the street. There's some nice trees. There's snow on the ground. It's been a little bit of a warm snap, though. It's not extremely deep snow. What are you all talking about? You have to unmute yourself, Shane.
I need a jacket. I'm so cold, Lance. Wait, what's your name again, Lance? Give me the character
I'm
name.
so sorry. I was muted too. Yeah, the character's name is Dives.
Dive. I need a jacket. I'm good for it. I promise you.
You
I
know
can
what?
get the money back in 3 days. Just
Okay.
give me a chance. It's so cold.
Yeah, sure. I'll go to my closet and grab it. I assume sorry, where are we right now?
You're in the boarding house where you live. So
Yeah.
you have a bedroom upstairs, and there are some other people who live here, and there's a rich old lady on the first floor who owns the place, and you know, makes communal meals and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I'll bring Shane's character. Sorry, what was your character's name again? I need to write it down.
Henry
Henry?
Bonds.
Henry. Okay. Yeah, I'll bring Henry up to my bedroom. I'll open the door and it's pretty messy in there, and I kind of like trying to keep him from looking in. I go to my closet, I'll grab the other jacket that I have. I notice that it's like a lot less nice than the one that I have. I kind of sigh. I'm like, "Ugh, fine.
I promise I'm not going to sell this one.
I put on the less nice
Promise.
jacket and I give him mine one that I was wearing. That's nicer. And I say, here you go, Henry. This will suit you, right?
Yeah, and Henry kind of looks at the name tag, or he's looking for anything that sort of will indicate what price the jacket might be ready to go for on the open market of the streets of Boston, and slowly tries to be subtle. He's not so subtle, throws it on. Yes, this is perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, go on. Oh, I was going to say, as you're doing this, Henry, you also notice Lance does have, amidst all the chaos, a bottle of very nice whiskey that he's probably taken from one of these clubs he's part of. You don't, I mean, it's not illegal. You don't know though how your narc friend downstairs would react if you brought it out.
Yeah, Henry sort of slowly kind of moves himself, positions himself in the room closer to the bottle, but not in a way that makes it look too conspicuous. He's just slowly closer to the bottle than he was earlier.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Right.
So you're
So I'm downstairs at this point, right? I don't see any of this
you're
happening.
downstairs. You're waiting awkwardly for these guys to come
Shane
back.
smoking
Wondering-
indoors.
Yeah.
Wait, how many die do I use?
So you roll 2d10.
No, hold on. 1 second.
You have to determine ahead of time which is the hundreds and which is the ones, or can you just do
Just
that?
the first one is the tens.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a 5 and a 2.
Okay, so that's a 52. And what's your stealth?
Stealth is gonna be. Hold on.
If you're using an online roller, it should have a 1d100.
Yeah, you can also, if there's an option for a 1d100, you can roll that. But
Did you put any points in stealth, Shane, or do you remember?
No,
then it's
Well, the
then it's
base is
probably
20.
20, yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
20.
Okay, so that's a 52 versus think of this as like you're in the 52nd percentile, your skill is in the 20th percentile.
Great.
Yeah. So Dives, you notice Henry after you've given him your spare coat, very conspicuously trying to walk over, eyeing this bottle of whiskey. As he's trying to move, he like bumps into something and like a bunch of your books fall down onto the floor or something. He tries to, like pick
I'm
them back
looking for
up,
the
but he's
Bible.
clearly moving towards the whiskey, even as he's doing this.
Sure. I kind of sigh and I say, okay. One shot. Let's have a shot. So I'll open up, I'll grab 2 shot glasses, pass you one, and then it's like it's very expensive whiskey. You're not supposed to shoot it, but Dives just like shoots it back. He doesn't taste it at all.
Right. Okay.
I follow suit shortly after.
Yeah.
Shall we get back to the party now, or?
Fine. What's your friend's name again?
Well, we all know each other at this point, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm Thomas, by the way, if anybody needs to write it down. My
All right,
character's name is
Tom.
Thomas.
All right.
We've known each other for what, 3 years, you said, Dustin?
Yeah. 3 years.
We'll keep
Okay.
the bubble up here. We don't want to upset Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wise.
Okay. Yeah, Tom, they come back downstairs. You can smell whiskey on their breath as soon as they start talking.
Tom, how you been, buddy?
Yes, I'm just smoking. I should have had like a pack of cigarettes so I could properly RP this guy. Did you two switch jackets?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
didn't have a jacket coming in here. You know me. It's the times are tough. Times are tough here in Boston.
I do a very conspicuous like lean forward and sniff in front of Henry and go, jacket didn't warm you up enough?
Oh, you know how it is. We're just taking a little breather upstairs. Just trying to pass the time. How you been? Where you coming from, Tom?
Would I be coming from?
Oh, this is so like changing into some other accent.
Just do a different accent each session. Just really keep everybody on their toes. I guess I'm assuming I have the day off of work.
Yeah.
As far as Tom allows himself to have days off, or Thomas. Yeah, so I just kind of shrug. Day off, not much going on.
Any cases? What's going on in the neighborhood?
No, I can't discuss that with a gambling vagrant.
Oh, come on. We're friends. It's been 3 years. How much longer I gotta get to know you?
And see how long you hold on to that new jacket and reignite this conversation.
Henry looks to the floor. He knows that Tom's right. It's gonna be gone within the next 3 days.
I've arrested him like 17 times at this point for like dumpster fires or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Are you
Dives.
homeless?
Close enough.
Okay.
It's kind of an inside Llewyn Davis sort of situation. I'm popping up here and there. I've probably stayed at your place once or twice. Stayed with Dives, you know.
Gotcha.
Dives, your landlady walks in. Again, she really likes you, you pay your rent on time, all this sort of stuff. She's like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see, young men here enjoying themselves."
Of course, it's a wonderful party. Thank you for inviting me and allowing me to bring friends. What's the news? How are you doing these days?
She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I worry, I think this Roosevelt is just going to destroy what made this country great. It's not like how things used to be."
Yeah. I suppose we certainly wish that America could be great again.
Henry is already he's still feeling that first rush from the shot. He kind of leans over. He's like, "Hey, tell me, so what did make America great?"
She says a variety of things that are not suitable for broadcast. Um uh and she closes up with, I mean, it's, some people are just, they're not like Dives and I, he's from the British aristocracy, just like me. Dives, you know she is technically from the British aristocracy because she's Welsh, but like it's not quite like you where you're English, so it feels
Yeah, so there's like yeah, I think Dives will just let that go.
yeah,
He won't
okay,
make a
yeah.
comment.
Yeah, this woman, yeah, you live in this woman's house.
Yeah.
You just let it slide. Um she's like, "Oh, Mr. Corbitt is home." She's, looking out the window. You see your neighbor, Mr. Corbitt, pull up to his house. He's a community man. He's a widower. His wife and child died about 12 years ago. He's never remarried or anything. He owns a business. He's very active in the local chamber of commerce, all that sort of stuff. He brings stuff from his garden over every so often, to you all that kind of stuff. You think your landlady, maybe has like a bit of a crush on him. But really she's too old for him. And if he was going to get remarried, he probably would have done it by now anyway. You can see him. He's getting out of his car. He has like a canvas bag, probably with groceries. Then he has something wrapped in butcher paper under his other arm.
This
So
campaign's just gonna turn into us trying to matchmake Dives' landlady.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, Henry kind of sees the bag that Corbett's carrying. He doesn't know what's in it, but he's thinking like, maybe there's something there, whether it's food or maybe something else. He's just a little curious about this Corbitt fellow, so he starts prodding Dives. It's like, "Hey, Dives, you seen this guy Corbitt? You talk to him very often?"
Do I? Do I talk to him?
Well, he comes over.
Okay.
I mean, do you talk to him?
Oh, yeah. I think I would be friendly with everyone in the
Yeah.
neighborhood that I might bump into.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Not very interesting, but he seems like a nice enough guy.
Let's bring him over. Let's bring him over.
Yeah.
Dives, go say hi. See if he wants
Yeah.
to come say hi to us. Let's get to
What's
know
the
the fella.
Sorry. What's the landlady's name?
The landlady's name is Matilda.
Wonderful. Matilda, have you invited Mr. Corbitt?
She's like, "Oh, I should do that." She's like, "Let me just freshen up a bit." She
Oh,
leaves the room to go to the bathroom.
well, don't let him get away. And I kind of
She's
call
like,
after.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you all. She excuses herself. You all are plotting how to matchmake. You see Mr. Corbitt. Again, he has a bag under one arm, this thing in butcher paper under the other. He's sort of like goes up to his front door. He's like struggling with his keys a little bit, trying to open the door while his hands are full, and he drops the thing in butcher paper. And the paper kind of unrolls, and you see a child's leg. Uh, he immediately begins, he puts down the canvas bag and begins wrapping this up and like looking around to see if anyone has seen this. You all are standing there in the window. Do you like try to hide or anything, or do you just stand there in the window gawking at him?
I would probably immediately just tell the other two to move, like kind of shove them to the side and then move. I don't, if you don't listen, I would try to shove you. Just be
Okay.
Yeah, I
like,
would
don't let
definitely
him see
be.
you.
Oh, I
yeah,
would
Henry
definitely be standing there gawking, and then the moment you grab me, I'd let you push me.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So you all try to move out of the window. You won't necessarily know if he's seen you, so I'm going to roll for you. I will give you, I mean, you're partly concealed, you're behind a window, so I'm going to give you a bonus die. So what that means is I'm going to roll twice and I'll take the better result. I'm going to roll against the person with the lowest value, which is 20. So you have a 36% chance of success here, but you won't know. Okay. Yeah, you all sort of dive behind the curtains, and wait there for a minute. Matilda walks back in. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna go over to Mr. Corbitt's. I'll be right back."
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Matilda,
I would-
wait, hold on.
I think it would be, hang on, can we meta strategize for a second? I was gonna have you guys stay with her, then go over there, flash the badge, be like, "Can I come in for a second?" But it might be easier just to bring her over so he actually opens the door. But what do you guys think?
Yeah. So maybe you're going over with the primary aim of inspecting, trying to figure out what's going on with the situation. But then Dives and I are both like, you got to bring Matilda over too. Let her say hi.
Oh, I think I'm gonna do is,
Even
well,
though
I don't know
we
if
have
I
a
should,
leg.
I don't know if I should meta game it all out. I'll just do it. I'll I guess maybe should I bring Dives too?
There's no way I'm going.
Actually, let's just have, because even if he saw us, she didn't see him, so no, we can't let her go over there though. He has a kid's leg and a. Yeah, I'll suggest that. I say, oh, I'll come with you. Do you two mind staying to, prepare the place? Kind of
Yeah,
give you a knowing look, like.
Barnes has no problem being in the room where the whiskey is, especially if the federal agent is not present. Happy to stay. I'm very kids leg phobic.
Yeah, I'll go along with anything. Would anyone want to try to break in through a back door while someone is at the front door?
Well, we could do that. What I'm thinking, like, um, is to get her to bring him back over, and then I'll excuse myself at some point to have a smoke and then break into his house, or just stay at his house when she brings him back over. But if you guys want to try anything, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. I bet he's already like getting away as we're talking this through.
Yeah, yeah.
He's already in the house.
Yeah, get over there, Tom.
Is she receptive to me like suggesting that, like, oh, I'll walk you over? Like, I just kind of very politely, but is she like weirded out by that at all?
So that your plan is to have the other two stay where they are, and you're going to walk over with her when she goes to talk to Corbitt.
Yeah.
I think I'm not very stealthy. I feel like I would want to try to stealth closer and stay close to the action so that Thomas doesn't get stuck. But
Yeah, I mean, she's she wants to go and like hit on Mr. Corbitt, so she doesn't really want
I'll let
this
her do
hideous,
that.
hideous fed.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Before
that's true.
before we move, did she see the leg?
She didn't. She was in the bathroom
Out of the
freshening up.
picture. So are we
I get,
in the mood to tell her about the leg?
nah, we gotta play it cool. If she's not receptive, I'll say,
Yeah.
it's across the street, you're a grown woman, and I'll stay to talk with the other two while she goes.
Okay. Yeah, she unless anybody stops her, she excuses herself and goes over to Mr. Corbitt's place then.
I feel like how about we kind of take the party into the street? We can kind of be smoking and chatting out there. Try to get a little closer so we can hear in, but not disrupt what they're doing.
How far is the like his front door from, like, if we were standing on the porch of the house we're in, how
Yeah.
far would we be from the front door of his house?
It's just across the street. It's probably sort of a narrow street. This is an old neighborhood, so I don't know. I don't know the exact number of feet, but
Yeah.
Was that leg like very clearly gory? Was there blood, or was it like could it be mistaken for a doll or something?
there was it was not a doll's leg. It was, yeah, it was clearly, I mean, there
That was
wasn't
it.
blood gushing out of it, but it was
Yeah.
clearly, yeah, dismembered leg.
Yeah.
Thomas, I thought Mr. Corbitt was cool, but there's something messed up going on here. I
Wait,
don't know.
does she have a phone in the house? I don't forget what phones are like in 1930. Would she have like a landline? I don't know.
Yeah, she has a phone. Um, it might be like a party line where everybody on the street is on the same phone line. But she will have, I could roll luck to see if that's true, but she does have a phone. Yeah.
Um, I don't think Thomas would like think this was too complicated. So I'll see how receptive you guys are to this, but I would say just kind of turn to you, Dives, and say, Dives, Matilda has a phone, right? Call the police.
Hold on. Let's not jump to any conclusions, okay? It's
Conclusions about the child's leg,
the Great
Henry?
Depression. Listen, kids'
What do you
legs
think you could
everywhere.
sell that to?
I'm just saying, we don't know it's his leg. We don't know that he got the leg. We don't know where. All right? Times are tough.
We don't, exactly. But
He
you know
needed
who
a
would find
spare.
out? The police.
All right, fine. You go talk to him.
Okay, so you're Thomas, you're going to call the police.
Well, I asked Dives to, but if he doesn't want
Okay.
to, then I will.
Sure, Dives
Henry
will
Berry.
Dives will go call the police.
Okay.
I feel
Henry-
like
Wait a minute,
Dives
I'm
would
the
probably let Thomas like tell him what to do, since
Okay.
Thomas is an investigator.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you're going to just let the landlady go over to the
Okay.
the guy's
He
house.
Dustin keeps bringing that up, and when a DM
No,
does
no.
that, you just yeah, no, I'll follow her. Well, because yeah, if I'm telling him to call the police, and then I probably would, regardless of Matilda, I would probably go over first, because like, wait, I'm the police too, so I probably would go out. Like, I let her go first because I'm hoping she can like charm him into at least opening the door. But after I've confirmed that Dives is calling the cops, I'm just gonna walk over, um, as well. You know, badge and gun not in hand, but at the ready.
Okay, so
Henry is very uncomfortable with the idea of more police getting involved in the situation. He's comfortable with Tom, but if there's another guy involved, maybe he'll be he's got some debts here and there, so he's kind of laying low at this point, not wanting to make himself too conspicuous.
okay, so Lance, you're calling the police.
Yeah.
Matilda is going to walk over to Mr. Corbett's house. Shane, are you just like hiding somewhere?
Sort of standing by the window still.
He's hiding in the
okay,
whiskey
yeah.
closet.
Yeah.
comfortable to watch.
And Micah, you are where are you?
I guess I would be leaving, like walking out the front door, following Matilda to Corbett's front door. As I'm leaving, I'd probably tell Henry, like, watch the front door, if anything happens.
Okay,
Also,
are
my
you-
plan is to go over to Matilda and be like, hey, your kitchen's on fire. Henry dropped something. You should probably get back over there. So,
Around
okay.
things he can pawn.
but I would
Yeah.
be walking over, like, somewhat attempting a nonchalant, like, hey,
Yeah. Okay. So you're not trying to hide or anything.
no.
Okay, she's walking over, and then, as she gets to the other side of the street, she notices you've come out too, and she's like, "Oh, really? I'm fine. I'm fine. I've made it across the street."
I'd kind of chuckle and say, oh, I know, my apologies, but there's a bit of a problem in the kitchen. Dives didn't give me details, but apparently Henry dropped something or something was on fire. I'm not sure. That figured you should check it out, given that it's your place. I
Okay.
can talk to Mr. Corbitt for you, or wait for you if you prefer.
Roll fast talk, I guess.
Okay. What did I do for? Oh God, I didn't put anything into fast talk. Crap. I did intimidate, but I don't want to try to intimidate her. Or like, could I roll persuade, or would it be a fast talk?
Persuade is more like trying to rationally convince someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
When we
jack
do our
shit in fast talk, but I'll try this.
campaign.
Yeah, no, that's a total failure.
Okay. She looks very puzzled. She's like, all right, well, let's go back to the kitchen then. Uh,
I guess
she,
I'll switch tactics here. Like, would you like to invite Mr. Corbitt first, since we're here?
uh, she's like, I thought there was a problem in the kitchen.
There is.
But it's not urgent.
Semi-urgent. I don't know. I don't have
Why
details,
did
as
you
I
follow
said.
me out here if you
Dive said to come get you. You know, I'm just a messenger.
she's like, okay, let's go to the kitchen. Um,
Sure.
yeah, okay. You all start walking back. Dives, you're on the phone with the Boston Police Department, presumably.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And what do you tell them?
I'll just be like, hello, we need some police. I give them the address and I'll say, I'm just at a party and I'm pretty sure I just saw a man drop a leg out of a canvas sack or something. It was horrible. It was gruesome. We just need a police presence down here.
Okay. The dispatcher is sort of shocked at this story about somebody dropping a leg in the street, but yeah, she says that they'll dispatch a squad car right away. Um, uh, Matilda and Thomas come in. As you're finishing up this call, she's like, what are you talking about? What is going on?"
After she says that, can I interject and just say, Henry, show her what you broke in the kitchen. I have to take a smoke break.
Oh God, oh God. And I sort of run into the kitchen and find some nice fine china that she has tucked away for a special occasion and just smash it on the floor really quickly, hoping that she doesn't hear the sound of it breaking.
This is awesome. We're like the
Okay.
most
Oh my
incompetent
God,
group.
this happened. I don't know what happened. There's someone broke in, it's broken. Look at the floor. It's ruined. I tried to fix it. I'd start like pushing the pieces together.
Okay, she's gonna roll listen with a bonus die.
I thought he was gonna make up a story. I didn't expect you to try.
Oh my God. I don't
That's
know. It all
that's so good. That's
uh,
so good though. That's even better for your character. That's great.
She's like, what are you doing, young man? Why, I should have you thrown out. Like,
thrown out into the cold. You wouldn't do that
He's
to a
just
poor wandering vagrant.
she's like,
Uh,
Dimes, what sort of friends do you have? I thought
What
you were
happened,
a man of good breeding.
what happened? God said to care for the poor.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what's happening right now. I'm very sorry.
she's distracted, so it worked. Good job, Henry. She forgot about the child leg part.
I'm
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna like hiss whisper to Thomas like maybe we should just get over there and take a look at what's happening.
Oh, I was already like on my way back.
Oh,
Like as soon
yeah.
as like she got inside, I was like, Henry, show her what you broke. And then I was attempting at least to hightail it out. I don't know if I need to like roll anything for that, but I was trying to turn it around and go like right back over
Okay, yeah,
because
I
you
will
you
I want
can
to
definitely
keep
call
him there
a
till the police show up, the other police.
you can yeah, Thomas, you can probably slip out. Lance, I mean, her attention is focused on you. She's demanding answers for why
oh.
you've let this dissolute drunkard into the house who has intentionally smashed one of her china plates.
I'll say
And then
Matilda, look, this guy, he needs help, okay? Just look, I'll just pull out like a wad of cash out of my pocket. I'd be like, how much did that China cost? I'll cover it. I'll double it.
no, no, I can find you some cheaper china. You give me the money, I can go. I'll just run outside. We'll hook you up. We'll be back in a moment. I promise. He's just trying to get the money in his hands. Then he remembers that they've already called the police who are on their way and decides to kind of cool down a little bit. Doesn't want to doesn't want to attract more attention than he already has.
Matilda, how about we take Henry outside? I think Henry's had maybe enough of the party.
We're going outside. We're gonna need another shot.
She's like, why never? Why I just She starts mumbling, Lance, about the fact that your lease is just month to month.
Oh no. Shoot. Yeah, Matilda, anything I can do to make up for it. I'm horribly sorry that this has happened. I take full responsibility. Uh, what do you need
Uh,
right now?
roll maybe like charm.
Sorry?
I said maybe roll charm.
Charm. Okay. So,
This
first
character
roll.
seems like a charming guy.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's 72. But what is my charm?
Oh, by the way, Dustin, I guess this will probably come up later. Do you do slash what is your ruling on pushing rolls?
Yeah, so you can when it makes narrative sense, you can push rolls. So that means that you can roll again, and if you succeed, then you succeed. If you fail, then something bad will happen. So in this context, if you roll and fail your charm, you could like try to keep going with it, try to keep charming the person, and that would be pushing the roll. But if you fail on your pushed roll, then you'll like infuriate her even more.
Mhm.
You can also spend luck if you fail a
Yeah.
roll. So whatever your character's luck score is, if you have 50 luck and you fail a roll because you're 10 over, you could spend 10 luck, so your luck score goes to 40, but you're now you pass the roll, right? And there is a mechanism to regain luck at the end of a scenario. So you're
Okay.
not permanently spending it, but
I rolled a 72 and my score is 75, so I guess I succeed.
oh, okay. Yeah, you managed to calm her down. She wants, she wants payment for the broken china. And you kind of talk through that.
Yeah, I feel like I give her more than what I think it's even worth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That sort of that partly mollifies her. And while this is happening, Thomas, you're trying to go across the street.
Yes.
Okay. What do you go across the street? What do you do?
I mean, okay, I guess I'm attempting to knock on his door, but I guess before I do I notice anything, I guess, out of the ordinary, like on his front porch or like anything I can see in the house? Like, does it seem like he's rapidly depart? His car is still there, right? Like out in
His
front of his house.
yeah, his car is still there. He's just inside as far as you can tell. And
Okay.
unless he left through the back door or something.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as there's nothing sort of conspicuously wrong otherwise, I would probably just rap on the door.
Okay. Um
Henry,
he
oh, go ahead.
oh go on.
I was just gonna say Henry's trying to kind of distract from the situation, move the party along from the situation in the kitchen, so maybe they go back to the window to kind of get a peek at what's going on with Thomas in the distance.
Yeah. Okay.
Appreciate
Um
you.
yeah, after a little bit, Mr. Corbitt opens the door. He's like, hello?
Have he and I met
He
before? I'm assuming I'm not at Dives's place a lot, but
you haven't met.
okay. Um, I guess I would. If it's, it's Thomas's thing. I'm not very good with people, so let's see. I'd say, Mr. Corbitt, correct? I'm a friend of Mr. Dives and Matilda's across the street. We were kind of having to get together, and Miss Matilda was wondering if you'd like to join us.
He's like, oh, I I uh I'm busy later actually, but I did have something for her. I've got some jam that I made from the strawberries in my garden. I was going to give that to her. I can get it if you wanna bring it over.
Sure, sure. I could. Do you mind if I step inside? It's awfully cold.
He's like, all right. Um, he sort of there's a little area You have, you know, some snow on your shoes and stuff, so it kind of be socially inappropriate to go too far in unless you're gonna
Yeah.
with your shoes and make yourself at home. But you know, there's a little area with the coat rack and all that sort of stuff. He's like, I'll be right back.
How
He-
much can I see? Can I only see like this mud room I'm in, or can I see like into his house at all from where I'm at?
Yeah, I mean, you can see a little bit. I mean, it's I don't know, it's a nice house. There's sort of you know, a parlor like the one that you were in. There's you know, there's a kitchen, there's a dining room, there's a sort of a study. There are stairs going up, there are stairs going down. It's a two-story house, probably has a basement.
So I don't see, do I see anything? It looks like a normal house from everything I can see.
Looks like you know, a boring bourgeois shopkeeper's house.
Hmm. Oh, I should have asked this before.
It's a little bit messy, you know, he is a widower and
Yeah.
whatever.
Can't arrest a man for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's
As much as
you know,
Thomas would like to.
hasn't been dusted recently or anything.
Yeah. Trying to think. Oh, I should have asked this prior, but when I first like mentioned who I was, or when he first saw me and just in our whole interaction, did he
Hmm.
seem is there anything like psychologically at all that I would have picked up on? Like, does he seem like surprised to see me? Any sort of like I know we not met before, but any like recognition?
Uh,
Uh,
roll psychology.
does he seem like like nervous about anything? Okay. Psychology is like 40, so let's see how this goes. Ah, shit. Okay, that's bad, but I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
Oh, can I do that? Or is that because I don't know, that doesn't always can't always just do
What are
that.
you trying? You have to narratively justify it.
Yeah.
But you didn't get a read on him. What are you trying to do, given that you didn't successfully get a read on him?
Well, I guess it would the only way it would be plausible is if I like I was trying to read different things, like the initial like recognition of me versus anything else suspicious subsequently. But I suppose
Yeah.
I probably would have been doing that all holistically. So I guess I just don't pick up on anything.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, he didn't seem flustered or anything.
which is almost more suspicious. Try to
He
just
comes back. He comes back with the jar of jam.
Is there a point where I
Mm,
can inject here?
What are you trying to do?
yeah.
I want to bring the party over there to that house. I don't like us just being here watching. To me, I'm like, oh, listen, if Tom gets his legs chopped off, I'm gonna be as straightforward as I can. We're losing the only cop in Boston who will let me off easy. I say we go over there. He's not getting butchered.
Yeah.
Let me ask this. When Dives was on the phone, did he get any sort of indication of an ETA? Thomas wouldn't know this, but just because I wasn't there,
Yeah.
but
No, he
would
didn't
they
get a
know?
specific ETA. I mean,
Did I get a sense that the cops were taking this seriously, or did it seem like maybe they thought it was a prank call or something?
it seemed like they might have thought that, but it is, you know, you're in a nice neighborhood, you get a serious call, they're gonna respond. If only to mollify, you know, whatever addled rich person has made the call.
Yeah.
You probably, yeah, I mean, it probably seemed like the dispatcher didn't quite know what to make of it, but they took it at least semi-seriously. You think they really are gonna send a car.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I'll go to Henry and I'll say, look, Henry, Thomas is in there right now. He could be in trouble. I think, you know, to be good friends, we have to go and check on him.
Friend's a little strong, but all right, all right. So one of us, I say,
I would. Oh, so I just want to interject to what Thomas is doing at the same time you guys are doing this. I would say by the time he comes back with the jam, I have my badge out, and when he does come back, I would say, you know, more or less, I don't have to go through. I can go through the actual dialogue if we need to RP it, but I'd more or less say, you know, I'm also a federal agent. Didn't tell you that before. Do you mind if I take a look around? I would, you know, I'm not giving him a full explanation, but I would have my badge out when he came back, basically, and just be like, hey, you mind if I take a look around? So sorry, you guys continue,
Okay.
but just wanted to make sure that was clear.
all right. Yeah, so you two are heading over.
Are you
I'll
heading
head
over, Dives? Don't leave me alone here. Don't leave me hanging.
All right. Let's go, Henry.
We see the
Okay.
cops, we'll call him over. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, we gotta go make sure Tom has all of his appendages still fully attached.
Yeah. And to be honest, I don't know how seriously the cops are taking that call, so it might take a little while for them to get here.
Okay.
Maybe we should figure this out ourselves.
Okay. You all begin walking over. Mr. Corbitt is like, I'm sorry, you're a federal agent? Why do you want to take a look around?
Yes, police. One of my friends, none you know, that's also at this party, saw something, not sure what, but I was asked to come take a look. And, don't want to have to involve anybody else that needs to be necessary, but to satiate my friend's curiosity, is figured I'd do him a favor, come take a look. Do you mind if I take a look around?
He's like, I'm sorry, I'm afraid I do. I have plans for the afternoon. And I don't know what your friend thinks that he saw that are you even here officially? I mean, what is that? You're just in your off duty in your private capacity? Like I don't no, I
What plans do you have, Mr. Corbitt?
he's like, it doesn't matter. I don't have to tell you. This is America.
I would I would very slowly start smoking a cigarette in his mudroom. Just say, please, just for my friend's sake.
His He's like, I can assure you that I have a very good lawyer on retainer.
Have we made it over there yet?
Yeah, you've made it over.
You make it over, we're just like, hey, Corbitt, right? That's the name. We saw you carrying some groceries, having some trouble. Thought we might give you a leg. I mean, the hand.
Do you say that?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. You
I love
knock
fucking love Henry.
you you knock on the door and they open it and you say that. He's he's like, did one of you send this brute over here?
What you call him, brute, bud?
He's
You,
like, please, I'll ask you not to smoke in my house.
Tom,
You,
what are
you know
you
what?
I would say,
I'm
well,
gonna
I asked you to let me take a look around. I guess we're both being assholes, huh?
I'm gonna jump in, noticing that this isn't working. I'm gonna sort of say quietly to Mr. Corbitt, "Hey, look, this we actually saw someone sneaking around your property, and it looked like they maybe climbed in through a window. Uh, we're trying to actually just get you out safely. We're worried someone might be breaking in. Do you know anyone who might have a vendetta against you?"
Roll probably roll well, you could try persuade maybe. Or
Or like deception?
there is no deception skill.
Oh, okay.
Um
Okay, sure, persuade. Oh no. Oh, that's an 8.
okay.
008,
Oh,
right?
shit.
And what's your
Yeah.
score?
60.
60. So that's a
That's an extreme, isn't it?
yeah, that's an extreme success. Um you probably uh yeah, roll psychology.
Okay. My psychology is 10
Okay.
and I got 11.
Okay.
Burn a luck, burn a luck.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I'll burn a luck.
yeah, okay. Yeah, you think it seems like he might believe you, but he's still not receptive. He's like, I don't know what you thought you saw or why you thought it was a good idea to turn this gangster loose on me. But I assure you I can take care of myself. And I certainly will be giving Matilda a piece of my mind about this. Uh And you know, I really think it's best that you all just leave.
Henry
I
is
normally play characters way more subtle than this, but I'm about to just put a gun to this guy's head. What do you guys think?
I think you should do what you want to do.
nah. He's just like, hey, listen here. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Who you calling gangster for one thing? Uh, we just wanted to come and say hello, you know. We got some concerns in the area, you know, it's a dicey neighborhood. We're just wondering if we could maybe take a look around. Like that's a totally normal thing to do.
You know what? I'm just gonna start walking into his house.
I was about to do that, but that works too. If well, Dives is supposed to be our like our cool guy that could sort of smooth over the fact that I'm a social incompetent. Um, so I would probably just unless you want to, I don't want to like override any of your character decisions, but I was gonna about to say like Thomas would have just say like, all right, you two keep him here. I'm gonna go take a look around, and if he protests, you can just kind of smooth him over. But
Yeah, sure.
if you would rather do it, don't let me.
No. I think that it makes sense more for your character.
But yeah, well, it makes you're better at would be a better guy to placate anything that might come as a negative consequence. So
Okay. Um, yeah, he tries to like sort of physically, you know, like put himself between you and the rest of the house, and you know, continues expressing outrage.
When the cops get here, we're so screwed.
Uh, Henry is desperately trying to come up with some way to kind of change the tone of the conversation. Gets down, he's becoming very desperate. He's like, "Listen, I'm gonna be straight with you. I haven't had a decent meal in 3 weeks. This guy dives, his landlady, they can't cook for shit. I'm begging you. I saw some food in your hands. I'm just looking for something decent to eat. I need a bite. That's
we
all
have
I'm looking for.
we have three very separate strategies all going at
It's
once.
I just want food."
it's like, get this hobo out of my residence.
Who you calling hobo? I stay with lots of people. You gotta not have a
Yes,
house.
that's what a hobo does.
What?
I have many homes that I stay in.
Oh,
So he's trying to
oh,
like physically block you, Micah. So you're only, I mean, you're gonna have to like push him aside or whatever to
Is
get
he is he you said that he's like older, right? He's like a is he a big guy? Is he average
in
size?
his 40s or 50s. I mean, he's not a big guy.
I mean, because I'm not either. I'm like totally average size. So I guess like what like I don't know. I
I
suppose before resorting to physical violence, one last time I would kind of just stick my badge in his face and say, "Look, you want to be charged with impeding a federal investigation, asshole? Be my guest." Just
He's like, you want
ask
to
him
be
to take a
charged
look
with
around,
unlawful search?
can I
and
do like
at that point, I just shove
a
him and look around. But sorry, what, Henry?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've got like 60 on intimidate. Can I do like a roll for that?
Oh, oh shit! I should have tried that. Sorry, because I also have intimidate. I guess I should have tried to roll that, but you have more, so you want to try?
Yeah, is that acceptable?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, hold on. Okay. I got an 8 and a 10. What does that make? 80.
That's 80.
Yeah, 80. And I've got what do I have? Hold on.
60, he said.
Yeah, 60 on
Does he
intimidate.
get? Do you? This is another rules question. Because I forget what the technical term for it in the mechanics, but there's like something where if two like a player is trying to do something, but there's another character that's in the same situation with like a comparable attempt, they can get like an assistance die.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called.
yeah,
Gosh.
I mean, you do have him outnumbered, and um uh I'll say you can roll 2, Micah.
Oh, okay. It's not gonna help. I have a low a low score at this, but
We've
That
got a
intimidate?
let's see.
We gotta find
I
this
have-
leg before the cops get here now.
Yeah, now we're on the clock to, I mean, this is totally
Get me out of
justified.
town,
I don't
baby.
feel too worried. I mean, my character doesn't feel worried because but we do have
What would
3
you-
witnesses to seeing a leg. This is reasonable. This is justifiable cause. I don't need a warrant. Fuck you. That is an 8 on 40, so that's a hard success.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to sort of, you know, he tries to touch you and you kind of like grab his arm and kind of glare at him and kind of push him back a little bit. And he kind of he's like, I can assure you the police will be hearing about this.
Yeah,
Sooner
real
than you think. You two keep him here.
Um
Yeah.
yeah, you I mean, like I say, there are stairs upstairs, there are stairs downstairs. There's a study full of old books and things, little strange things. You probably maybe don't know what they are. There's a parlor, there's the kitchen, the dining room.
My plan was to go kitchen, then basement. Was
I
gonna be
said
my order.
at this
Okay.
point, if Corbett is sufficiently moved to the side to let us pass, I say that we split up. We
Well,
start.
I told you guys to keep him there. I mean, if one of you wants to, but we probably should have eyeballs on him.
I'll find.
So
Well-
one person should. If one of you wants to join in, though.
So is he going to try and follow Thomas, or is he just going to stand there with us?
Yeah, he wants to follow him.
Yeah, so I mean, I would allow him to walk into the kitchen and whatever, and we can follow him as well.
Um,
Okay.
Or like
If
we're not gonna
do I see him attempting to follow me?
yeah.
I would kind of yell back the other two to like keep him in the entryway or the mudroom or whatever. If I said that, what would you guys do it, or would you still just like kind of follow him as he followed me? Because I don't want this guy like dogging my heels while I'm searching his home for a child's leg. That doesn't seem.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So Henry is like, listen, I got the time. I'm not afraid of this guy. I'll keep him put, make some conversation. Y'all take a look around.
No, God, please don't leave me alone with him. Not with the hobo.
Yeah, we need to talk about the class system in this country, first of all, Bub. You're making some very offensive comments. Listen.
Roll lore socialism.
Okay. I don't have any points. It's so
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. Roll lore socialism.
I have 2 and 6.
What is it?
2 and 6.
What's your education?
Hold on, let me see. It's not gonna be good. 65.
65.
That's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, you know like a little bit of there are New Deal ideas in the air and so
I
forth.
read my marks.
You
My
start to
claims.
yeah, you go on a rant about the Wall Street millionaires and this sort of stuff. Uh yeah, so Micah, you go into the kitchen.
Yeah, it's my first stop, including like any cabinets, drawers, refrigerator, or whatever.
Which of you has the lowest luck? What's everybody's luck rating?
My luck is, I
Um,
guess, 74 because I spent one.
Mhm,
Mine's 65.
mhm.
75.
Okay. Micah, roll luck.
Ah, fuck, failed.
Okay. Yeah, you go into the kitchen. It's I mean it's a kitchen, again a little bit messy, like maybe you'd expect from a middle-aged widower or whatever. There are uncleaned dishes, that sort of stuff. There are some jars of strawberry jam. There's on butcher paper, on the counter, there's a roast, like a leg of lamb or something.
Can I tell? Is it for sure a leg of lamb? Like, can I tell what it is? Like, if I like go up to it closer, like, is it identifiable?
Uh, you can roll natural world maybe,
Okay.
or if you have medicine or any science things, or
Let's see. What do I have anything? I think I would just have to roll like a base natural world or something. Let's see. Let's go for it. Okay, no, I don't get that. Wow, I rolled the same. I rolled 87 twice in a row. It
okay,
sucks.
yeah.
I'm gonna use
I
different
mean,
dice now, so I can't.
it's not a child's leg.
Yeah.
It's a roast that you would buy at the butcher.
And I guess this is maybe a question that's like a meta question that my character wouldn't answer, but do I know like this is not what I saw fall
It is
earlier?
It's not what you saw. No. I
Okay.
mean, unless you were hallucinating or something.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not
Like
what you
I can tell like, or I guess that's the more pointed question is like I could not have mistaken this for a child's leg. Like this was not something that we
you could
like
not, yeah.
misinterpret.
Again, unless something
Yeah.
bizarre happened, there's no way that this is the thing you saw.
A leg is a
Okay.
leg.
Yeah. I mean,
So nothing
The
else in
leg,
the.
you
the
got a
link had
shoe on it.
skin on it. I mean, this is like a roast that you buy at the butcher.
Gotcha.
They don't look the
Okay.
same.
Just making sure. So nothing else of note in like cabinets, refrigerator, nothing, just that. Okay, I'm going to the basement then. That's
Okay.
that's my next stop.
As you're finishing up looking around the kitchen, you hear having failed your luck roll, a knock on the door. Boston Police Department.
Ah, oh God, oh
Mr.
God.
Mr. Corbitt is like, help me! These thugs have me.
Help
I
us
guess
find
I would.
the leg.
Could I just quickly like shoot down into the basement and kind of look at Dives and Henry as I walk past them, just kind of give them a look, like talk to him. Give me a second, like just talk to him. Keep them busy. I just want to like jaunt down into the basement real fast if they can talk to the police for a couple minutes.
Okay.
So Henry goes to open the door for the cops, clearly very nervous, decides to go and try to distract them. He doesn't want to be recognized. He says, hello, coppers. Name's
Yeah.
Matt Stewart.
Maybe let Dives
They,
Yeah.
maybe let Dives be our face of the
So-
operation.
I'll sort of like gently push Henry to the side and say,
Hey,
hello,
hey,
officer.
Hey,
okay. They both, I mean, they've just heard Mr. Corbitt screaming. They both have their guns drawn. They were getting ready to kick the door open. They're both like, hands in the air.
Yes, I put my hand in the air.
They're like, are you okay, Mr. Corbitt?
yes,
He's like, no, there's some other
fine.
there's some other thug around here too. They're both, they're going to arrest you too.
Yeah, so I'll say I was the one that made the call. We came over here because we didn't want him to escape while you guys were arriving. Check his house. We certainly saw something.
We
He's-
didn't see something. We saw a leg.
Yeah,
Does
we saw
Henry
a
say
leg.
that?
Yeah.
A leg.
That's so funny.
I don't see the need for pretensions at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, we saw a leg. Corbitt, we saw your leg. Not
Yeah.
your leg. The kid's
He's-
leg that was in your bag.
He's like, there's a roast of lamb that I brought home this afternoon. That's probably what these maniacs saw. You can look in
Lambs
the
are not
kitchen,
the
it's
only
right there.
ones with legs in this house. People
Um,
legs, and not ones that can be walked on.
you can tell, I mean, Mr. Corbitt is like a respected member of the community. You think the cops might actually know him. In fact, he probably like donates every year to the policeman's ball or whatever. And
Damn it.
so they're naturally and there's like one clearly very dissolute man who says
Well, he's wearing a nice ass jacket.
yeah,
To be fair.
yeah, that makes him look even more suspicious because it seems like he stole it. So they're reflexively inclined to take Mr. Corbitt's side. Micah, you've rushed down into the basement.
Yes.
All right. You rush down into the basement. You are hit with a terrible, terrible, terrible smell. a terrible fetid smell.
Oh no.
And it's sort of I mean, it's, it's an unfinished basement. Uh, there's a fridge, there's like medical equipment, like a table and saws and all sorts of stuff. There's a door that you don't know what's behind it, but there's a door that's like looks like a very strong sort of reinforced door. There are curtains hanging around the room and like a very sickly yellow color.
Oh, damn it.
There's some sort of strange altar.
Oh,
It's like I mean, it's made out of wood and draped with these tattered yellow robes, and it has sort of a a wooden crown that kind of looks like antlers on the top. And painted there's like a kind of a solid piece of wood that's painted in the same sickly yellow color. Uh a strange symbol. It looks kind of like three question marks intertwining with each other. Though I mean, it's not moving, but like, because you can look at it directly and see like it's not moving. But whenever you look away, it looks like it's changing. It looks like it's moving. Um, you realize suddenly that you have seen this before. You realize that the raid, I mean, your memory of getting your injury was that you all raided this sort of artist commune that was a drug den, and someone slashed you. But otherwise, you didn't like, it wasn't remarkable other than that, right? Just that there was an unexpected amount of violent resistance. And then this other department of the Bureau of Investigation, Department 29, sort of stepped in and took over the case while you were recovering. And you weren't exactly sure why. But seeing this sign, you now remember when you raided this place, it was covered in the same sickly yellow robes. And all along the wallpaper were painted this yellow sign. And there were strange altars, and people who had been like cut up and mutilated. And you remember your wound was not from a knife. Your wound was from something that looked almost like an enormous sort of humanoid bat type creature that was skeletal and just slashed you with its claw right across the face, at which point you lost consciousness. You remember the cultists screaming out praises to a being they called the King in Yellow.
fuck yeah.
Roll sanity.
I already have my dice in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 25. My sanity is 70.
Okay. So you probably still you probably still lose a lot of, I mean, this is probably like an
Oh
extreme.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you lose like
Do I roll for it or do you just decide an amount?
you're gonna roll for it. I just have to decide what
Oh, what die?
Yeah.
Yeah. Two D20s.
Yeah, maybe you lose 1d20.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh god. 19. All
Okay.
right.
You
All right,
lose
sweet.
19. What's your total sanity?
70.
Okay. Um, so you lose your mind. You you need to you you need
Yeah.
to you need to get out of this place.
Good.
Um, uh, you just begin screaming, uh, and rush up the stairs. And you see you see the cops are arresting Shane and Lance, and you just turn and run the other way out the backyard, and there's a greenhouse, and you just rush into the greenhouse and try to like hide amidst the plants while you keep screaming, having realized that there are monsters in the world.
He's always
Awesome.
like,
Uh,
oh,
uh, Go on.
no, I
Well,
was just saying, I'm like looking at the cops like, oh, he's always like this.
So the cops are now definitely on Mr. Corbitt's side.
So I have a question. Since
Yeah.
the
Did they
door
know?
was,
Did they? Oh, sorry, Lance.
since the door was opened and basically has been open since the cops arrived, has the smell started to come upstairs?
Uh, no, the smell is not coming upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys tell that can they tell that I came from the basement? Or does it just look like
Yeah,
I
I
came
mean
out of a
they
hallway?
saw you. They probably heard you screaming in the basement, and then you ran up and ran out the door.
Did anyone get a follow up on that? Okay. So
Yeah,
at this point,
no,
I'm in the greenhouse just losing my shit, right? Okay.
I will, as
Cool.
they were trying to arrest us, I would definitely say uh how our friend is an investigator. He is a police officer and he went down into the basement, and like I'd be trying to convince the cops to go check with him before arresting us.
Um, okay, I mean they probably one of them. I mean they've like got you guys in handcuffs now. Probably one of them is gonna stay and one of them is gonna go. They're not going to check with Micah. They're going to arrest Micah.
Okay.
Um,
Even though
but
Try to get
Micah
him to go to the
also,
basement first.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm useless right now, so that yeah, I'm fucked.
yeah, yeah. They go out. Yeah. You all are in handcuffs. One of them goes out to check on Micah. Um, uh, yeah, he opens the greenhouse door. And is like, put your hands up. Uh, Micah, you're losing your shit. You can maybe roll sanity to see if you have enough awareness to like respond in a rational way to this.
Okay. Just gonna get gunned down first session. Refusing to comply due to sanity loss. All right, make another character. Ramus Roll, my unknown son. For some reason has a different last name. Okay. I mean my sanity now is down to 51, so let's see how this goes. I got like a 53. Can I burn? You can't burn luck on sanity rolls,
Can't
can you?
use luck on sanity rolls, no. So you don't
So
lose any more
close.
sanity, but you're out of it. You're flipping your shit. Um, he decides. I mean, he sees you just like screaming and rolling around. He's not gonna like shoot you, but he's gonna like try to restrain you and bring you in.
Fair enough.
Uh, he uh he probably rolls brawl. You can roll dodge if you want.
Okay. I'll do that. I mean, I wouldn't be like actively resisting, I guess, but
You're just flipping your shit.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of yeah. It's just I'm not
You
doing
you don't
anything
want this guy to
consciously at
like
this.
arrest you and bring you back in that place.
Yeah. That one got caught on the edge of my dice tray. Let's roll it again. That is 53 again. So I think that's like just barely not a success. I have like a 50, so I do not dodge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He grabs you and he's gonna put the cuffs on you. Roll spot hidden.
finally something I have a good stat in. All right, let's do it. Nice. I rolled 85. God, all right, I'm not using these dice anymore. But yeah, no, I failed.
Okay. What's your spot hidden?
80.
Yeah, I mean, you
Can I
could
burn
spend
luck on
5.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
fine.
can spend
I'll burn
5
5
if
luck
you
on that
want.
one. I'll burn 5 luck on that one. I wasn't sure. I don't know, like, if there were any different mechanics for burning luck if you're like going insane. But
No,
if I
I don't
can,
think
yeah,
so.
I'll burn 5.
Yeah.
Okay, burn the 5 luck, regular success then.
Okay. Yeah, as he's moving in, he's sort of grabbed you and he's gonna put cuffs on you. You notice even in the midst of your insanity, or maybe because of your insanity, yeah, but all of these plants are just like they're like weird plant. They're not plants you've ever seen before in your life. They have like strange spikes, they're weird colors, they have weird patterns. And you notice there's this big purple flower. It's like the size of a dinner plate. Um, and it's just like turning in the direction of the cop and you. Like it's sort of behind him by the door, and it's like turning to face, and you see something kind of like dripping out of the flower.
Oh, uh, okay. I mean, am I in the position to do anything, like even like a vague point, or am I just
Yeah,
still?
you could try to like scream and point and like look.
Yeah, I would try whatever I can. The most convincing, like, look behind you I can muster in the state I'm in.
Okay.
Quick interjection. Is the greenhouse the sort of thing where is it visible to Dives and myself?
Maybe if you try. I mean, you could sort of like try to get an angle where you can see through the window and see what's happening. Yeah.
Alright, so we're kind of leaning over trying to figure out what's the situation with Tom over there.
Is it possible for me to try to brawl to get away from the police officer?
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, are you doing this before he puts handcuffs on you, or
I don't know. You tell me.
you could try to do it before he puts handcuffs on you if you want.
Yeah.
I also
Uh,
I would like to ask, just to track
I mean, he might
everybody's
shoot
psycho.
you if you do that, but
yeah, that's
what were you
true.
saying, Micah?
No, I just wanted to ask the other characters, what were your characters thinking? Like, what was the thought process when you heard and saw me just scream and run into the backyard? What went through your heads? I mean, because Henry is like played it off to the cop, but what did you guys think?
Oh, yeah, so there's not like a lot of things that Henry is competent enough to be extremely disturbed by, but he knows that Tom is a relatively stoic and collected fellow. So when he sees the madness emerging from the basement, it does make him concerned, and his immediately reaction is to try and figure out what is the step that he needs to take to either be outside of the house or have somebody else deal with whatever problem is going on in the basement.
I feel like
Yeah,
Dives has. Oh, sorry.
preferably a cop, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So are you? What were you going to say, Lance?
Oh yeah, I think Dives is thinking like there's clearly something down there. If only we can just get the cops down there, that's like what we need to do, or that's what he feels like needs to happen.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're of an accord.
So are you trying to brawl to prevent from being handcuffed, Lance?
Yeah, sure. I think I would try to brawl and then like try to run downstairs to see like what the heck is happening. Like
Okay.
I think Dives is thinking like, are there chopped up bodies down there? Are there children down there? Like, is this where the evidence is?
Yeah. Roll brawl then.
Okay, I'm gonna get shot. 35.
Okay. Yeah, the
Nice.
cop actually fumbles his roll. He wasn't really expecting this dandy to fight back. Yeah, you managed to push him off, and you wanna run down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way that Henry has any intention of going downstairs to see whatever. He is
Okay.
he is maybe going to try and fast talk the cop next to him. He's trying to ingratiate himself by not fighting back, but he is going to say like, listen here. Whatever's down there, my friend, he's a cool dude. He's straightforward. He's not gonna freak out over nothing. So either I'm going down there on my own with nothing to defend myself, or we have a member of the state here armed and ready to go and protect whatever we need protection from. Are you going down there or am I?
You could.
Is this before or after Lance
Yeah,
sucker
I mean-
punches him?
I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not a threat. I'm just a hobo, right? That's
He's
what you
Just a
say?
little
he's-
guy.
Your offensive language?
He's
Or-
he's probably gonna chase Lance, I guess. Shane, you can roll luck to see if he's like restrained you at this point already.
Okay, hold on.
Shane, this is Henry's chance to beat the shit out of whatever his name was, the guy who owns the house. Because he's assuming he's still standing there.
Yeah, he's running to the phone to call more cops, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I got 6 and 7.
And what's your luck?
Hold on.
It was 70 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, 75.
Okay. Yeah, he hasn't put cuffs on you yet. He goes to grab Lance.
All right, so he's chasing Lance downstairs.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm looking for, so Corbitt has already gone. Is he in the kitchen right now?
He's probably in the parlor trying to use the phone or something.
So I'm following that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of the store.
Are you gonna attack him? What are you doing?
I'm looking, I want to like grab a hold on one second. I've got I got 30 on brawl. I don't know if that's gonna be enough.
Um, he doesn't have very good brawl.
All right, let's do
I
it.
mean,
Let's
he's
do
just
it.
an
I'm
old
gonna be
guy.
like, listen, I don't know what you did to my friend. I don't know why you're collecting kids' legs. But the line about the hobo was one step too far, buddy. Come to get to know the neighborhood a little more closely. And then I roll for brawl.
Okay. Roll brawl.
Right. 5 and 9.
Um, okay. Yeah, you fail. He sort of dodges out of the way.
I stumble, I like fall on the floor.
Yeah, okay. Micah, yeah, you've indicated, yeah, the cop sort of reflexively turns back. This purple flower begins like spraying something at you all. Roll dodge.
Roll to use cop as a human shield. 66. My dodge is like a 50, so I get sprayed.
Yeah, you get sprayed. Roll Constitution.
All right, once again, I have good con, but I don't have good dice today. So let's see how this goes. Oh, that's an 18 on 80, so that's
Okay.
it's a hard.
Okay. Yeah, the cop jumps out of the way, actually. You fail to jump out of the way, but you are at least tough. You yeah, this whatever it sprays on you, it just like burns horribly.
Didn't figure it'd be pleasant.
Yeah, you take 5 hit points of damage.
Oof, all right, cool.
Lance, you rush down into the basement, and you see the scene that I described a minute ago.
Okay.
With the cop following you close behind, strange medical implements, dried blood, weird curtains, a strange altar. You also hear from behind that door, there's like a sort of like something pressing against the door and like a sort of sniveling sound. Roll sanity.
Yeah, okay.
Was there, do I remember correctly, there was a fridge down there as well?
Yeah, there's a fridge.
Okay.
60.
And what is your current sanity?
75.
Okay. So you didn't have this horrible realization that Micah had. So this is horrifying, but not as horrifying. So you lose, let's say, 3 points of sanity.
Okay.
The cop rolls sanity.
can't let Henry go down there. He has like 20 sanity to start with.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm going. Don't worry.
Go down to the basement.
Okay. The cop is just like, what the fuck? And just begins screaming and like is totally overwhelmed by this.
So they're not gonna be able to help.
I mean, not in the near term at least.
Okay.
All right. So Henry, he is completely failed to exact revenge upon Corbitt. He's kind of stumbled to the floor. He's trying to think of another course of action. So he's looking around. He's kind of moving forward, maybe going to another room, but he's looking around the area, trying to find something to defend himself or something he could use as like protect.
Roll spot hidden.
Okay. I have no points in spot hidden. What's the base?
25. I believe.
7.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there might be yeah, there's probably nothing really that you can get that you see. You can keep fighting him.
I can?
Yeah, you can. It's his turn though. He let's see. Micah is in the greenhouse. Lance is downstairs. Yeah, he's probably really concerned about people having gone downstairs. He like breathes in and then just, and you see this like smoke come out of his mouth and his nostrils. Roll sanity.
Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. 9 and 1.
Okay. So you'll lose. No, okay, only 1 point of sanity. You know, it's not the worst thing you've seen in your life. You do roll like a dodge.
1 and 10.
Okay. Yeah, you I assume you don't want to just like stand there and have this smoke blown in your face.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you sort of back up, and dodge out of the way as this like cloud of smoke issues forth from him.
All right. Do I see him moving towards the stairs or the basement?
He's focused on you right now.
All right.
So now it's your turn. So you can attack him again if you want.
Yeah, I guess I gotta do something about this guy, especially after retaliation. We'll attack again.
Okay.
You don't by any chance like conceal carry your shotgun, do you? Just around?
No, it never came up, so I was just gonna keep moving. I don't think, here's the thing, it's in his other jacket. It was in the jacket. I was hoping I could find some sort of firearm in the house at some point. We'll keep
Yeah.
going.
I have mine on me,
There
but I'm
probably-
indisposed.
There probably is one. I mean, yeah, do you just carry your sawed-off shotgun with you, Shane? I mean,
He doesn't have it. He doesn't.
yeah.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
I rolled 9 and 10. Can I push?
9, and you can't push combat rolls. Okay, Lance, you're in the basement. The cop is like losing it. You hear something rattling the unopened door. You also now hear shouting and whatever from upstairs in the parlor.
Yeah. I think Dives definitely thinks that there's a victim behind the door.
Mhm.
He's not sure what's the top priority, but I think he's gonna try to free the victim.
Okay. You run to free the victim?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door. This thing is behind the door. It's sort of, I mean, it's like a kind of misshapen lump of flesh.
Oh no.
Maybe
Fuck, I slammed the door again.
maybe 4 feet long, couple feet in diameter.
Like-
It has many legs and hands and ears from people of various ages, kind of, just different appendages sticking off it. It has a couple legs and hands that it can apparently move around on. There's some sort of, mouth on the bottom of it, and it's like kind of sniffing the floor, there's some sort of orifice on top of it that's there's something dribbling out of it that looks maybe like if you chewed up crackers or something. Um, and this thing immediately, when you open the door, it starts trying to rush forward. So first of all, roll sanity.
Yeah.
It's like
I've seen what it is
79.
before.
79, so I fail.
Okay, so you're gonna lose like a D10 sanity. Okay, yeah, all right. So you lose 3 sanity.
Okay.
You kind of manage to like, I'll just process this later. It's also surreal and horrifying. The cop, meanwhile, he totally loses it. When he sees this thing, and he runs outside, runs up the stairs. You try to close the door to keep this thing in.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
would try to slam the door as hard as I can.
Yeah. So I mean, this thing has been kind of, pushing against the door trying to get out. So as soon as you open the door, it starts rushing out.
Oh wow.
Um,
So I
you
bet
can-
like I get like pushed back almost. Do I like fall over and it like jumps on me?
it doesn't jump on you. You can roll, maybe you can roll like if you get an extreme, well, maybe you can roll an opposed strength check, I guess. Roll strength.
Okay, that's still 2d10, right?
Yes.
Or everything. Yeah. Okay. What is this? 63.
Okay, and what's your strength?
65.
Okay, yeah. So you pass, but it has a higher strength than you.
Mhm.
And it was right against the door. So you try to shut the door against this thing, but it still, it forces its way out. It's not immediately attacking you. It's like sniffing along the floor, like it expects there to be food there or something.
Yeah. Oh, do I still have actions? Like, is it my turn still?
Now it's your turn, yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I just turn around, run back up the stairs and close that door?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't know if the door to the basement is not like a sturdy reinforced door like this one was. So you don't know if it can hold this thing, but you can
I
do that.
see.
Yeah. So
Oh, can I look around and just see what sort of advantage I might, or yeah, what is down here that I didn't maybe see initially?
There's roll spot hidden.
Okay. 66. Oh, and I have
Um
75.
and what is your spot hidden?
75.
Okay, you succeed. What are you looking for?
Yeah, what am I looking for? I don't think I'm looking for any kind of weapon or anything to use to fight. I think I'm just looking, this is a horror, and I'm thinking like I need to contain this.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I could use to shove it back into a box or
Uh Probably it would be really hard to shove this thing. I mean, it probably weighs a couple 100 pounds and it's pretty strong. Um,
yeah, I feel like dives would just run then.
okay. Yeah, you rush up the stairs. We'll cut back to Micah. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you've just been I mean, the cop has like jumped back. He's like, what the, you've just been sprayed with like acid from this flower. Um, you're probably you need to roll sanity again for that.
All right.
Um,
Ooh, 16 out of 51, so hard success.
okay. Yeah, you don't lose any more sanity then. Yeah, you I mean you're terrified of the basement. The cop is here, who knows what he's thinking now. What do you do?
Would
You
I
you probably can hear screaming from inside the house again now.
So the
Uh,
cop is not immediately reacting like to the flower, right? He's kind of just bewildered at the
he's
moment.
he's trying to stay away from it. I mean, he's
Would
you
I
know,
be able
hey.
would I be able to like draw my gun and shoot at it from
Um,
where I am?
shoot the flower.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't know what else I would do in this state. Like that's what I feel like the most natural reaction of an
yeah.
insane person
Okay.
being sprayed by flower
Roll,
acid. Ah!
roll firearm.
I don't know if I stipulated, sorry, I should have, but since I'm a Fed, I would like always carry my revolver with me. Is that
Yeah, it
fine?
seems
Okay,
seems
yeah. All right.
reasonable.
All right. That is a oh shit. That's a 5 um
Okay.
out of 70.
Okay, so that's an extreme success. Uh, yeah, you fire right into the middle of this demon flower, and the head of it just sort of explodes.
Okay, sweet.
Uh,
Ugh.
are you? I mean, the cop is kind of like shell shocked. Are you do hear screaming in the house. You could go back in the house. You could just try to run away from the cop. You're not going to go back down in the basement.
No.
Um,
Okay, so the cop does his like hmm. Yeah, I mean, so am I like able to make decisions at this point? Like am I
you're able
like
to
to what
make a
extent am I?
decision, yeah, with the caveat that you're I mean you're losing it and you're not going to go in the basement no matter what.
Okay, but I would still be able to like think somewhat rationally other than that. So like
I
for
mean, a
example,
little rationally, yeah.
I guess yeah, I'm just gonna like say what I would do, and if it's not within the
Yeah.
bounds, just tell me. I mean,
Yeah.
because this guy doesn't know that I'm also law enforcement. So before I even get up, I'd probably try to like not like aggressively. I'm still kind of like shaking, but I just kind of I'd set my gun down like before doing anything else in my hands,
Yeah.
and then I would like pull my badge out and kind of just flip it over and show it to him and kind
Okay.
of
You
choke out.
probably don't have enough presence of mind to do that.
Okay. Um, I guess I'd just be kind of shaking. And what do I hear exactly from inside the house?
You hear screaming. Um, you probably just hear screaming. Well, no, yeah, you hear screaming.
Okay. I would probably honestly just try to like put my gun away and get back on my feet and see how he reacts to that before I do anything else.
Okay. I mean, he hears the screaming too, so he's inclined now to um well, he does know that you have a gun, and he was trying to arrest you. He probably demands that you put your gun down.
Okay, I
Um,
comply.
roll sanity to see if you're willing to do that.
Okay. Uh, is that a 90? Yeah, so I mean I fail the sanity.
Okay, yeah, you're not going to give up your. I mean, there are monsters in the world, Micah. You're not going to give
Yeah.
up your gun. Uh,
I guess I probably wouldn't even have the presence to like try to ration that out to him. I'd kind of just sort of like it's got like I kind of nod at the like point at the flower with my gun and give him like a look and
yeah,
kind of be
okay.
shaking visibly.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I don't expect that to be convincing. I just don't know what else I would do given I'm
You
crazy.
you have some points in intimidate.
Yeah, that is true.
You could roll that as an intimidate, like not to make him scared of you, but to make him more scared of like, look, you're not on the side of whatever these things are. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Okay. Just try that. My intimidate's what, a 40? Let's see.
yeah. Um,
Oh, that's a 14. So hard.
okay.
These see the dice, man. Some dice are
Okay.
cursed, some aren't.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty freaked out at this point. But like obviously you're not, I mean, you don't live here. You're not the one responsible for the demon flower that is spreading acid and stuff. So he's probably gonna like run to his car and try to call him back up or something.
Oh no.
Okay, I guess.
What
What's
do
up,
you
Shane?
do?
I was gonna go run to the car.
You're in a fist fight.
Yeah, you're in a fight with Mr. Corbitt.
I would run back into wherever I guess at this point I would hear commotion in the basement, but I'm not going back down there. So I'd probably just run to wherever I hear Shane is. Any commotion I hear that's not in the basement, I'd probably run to. And that, as far as I know, that's only
Yeah.
Shane and Corbitt
Okay.
in the parlor.
Okay, yeah. So you're running to you run inside to the parlor, you hear a commotion. Um Lance has run up the stairs, he hears a commotion. The cop who was downstairs, he just like runs out the front door. Probably the other cop gets distracted and starts like chasing him, trying to get him. So now it's the three of you in the room with Mr. Corbitt. You notice this weird smoke floating around. He again breathes in and just like shoots this acrid smoke out. It's like filling up the room now. All of you roll dodge.
I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm gonna shoot him, or at least try to.
3 and
Okay,
3.
18.
74. It's a fail.
Okay. And Lance?
18. Oh, I think that
Okay.
succeeds. Half dex. My
Yeah,
dex
so
is
you'll
65.
be fine. How did everybody else do?
I got 3 and 3.
And what is your dodge? What's your dex?
Dex is 60.
Okay, so you fail. You could spend 3 luck to make that a success if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I don't think the rule book makes it exceptionally clear that you can put points into dodge.
You can put points into dodge.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean it's
Yeah.
there
So
are a
no,
lot of
that's
things the rule
entirely
book doesn't
clear.
make clear, but the intended reading is
Yeah.
that you can put points into dodge, yeah.
I have no dodge points.
Um
And I
okay, so
failed mine.
you failed, Micah. Okay. So Micah, you get a face full of this acrid smoke. Uh you yeah, you take 6 hit points of damage. Roll Constitution.
Okay. So give me a second. Let me do some down to 15 on HP. Con. All right. That's a 21, so it's a hard success on my con roll.
Okay. Yeah, so it does like burn your skin, but you manage to kind of like hold your breath, and it doesn't like, if you breathe it in, it's gonna disable you, you know. Yeah, and you back up. All right, it's all three of y'all's turns. Who has the highest dex?
Mine's
I think I do.
Okay.
Actually, no. Mine's a 60.
65.
There we go.
Oh, okay, I'm highest. All right. I'm gonna try to brawl. Are there any objects around I can use as an improvised weapon?
There might be something. I mean,
Gotta get a gun.
Could we say that I yelled at the cop before the cop ran out to give me his gun?
you can say that. He wouldn't do it. You could have tried to, maybe we can say you tried to like
Yeah.
brawl and grab his gun from him.
Oh,
Roll to
okay.
grab the officer's firearm.
You know what? Yeah, sure. I
Okay,
feel like I'm desperate enough.
roll brawl.
Okay.
It's like
Oh,
a Florida
no.
traffic stop, dude.
97.
Okay, 97. So that's what is your brawl?
It's 86.
Okay, so that's not a fumble then. You could spend 11 luck if you want, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
spend it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, he doesn't really fight back. He's just trying to get out of there. So yeah, you manage to sort of grab him and grab his gun as he's running out.
All right.
Yeah, so you have a service revolver.
I'm gonna give the gun to Henry. I'm gonna say like you can shoot, right?
Not with a handgun.
Oh what? No. You think they're different? Aren't guns just guns?
No, there's
No.
a distinction between handguns and
This is
So,
gonna
yeah.
be awesome.
Dives definitely didn't know that different guns matter differently.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sure, I'm just gonna like, you know what? I'm gonna use the
I-
gun and I'm just gonna hit him with it.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to bludgeon him with it. So
Uh,
do I roll a brawl or?
Do you not have any firearms at all, Dives?
Oh, I guess I have 20%.
I mean, you have the base, yeah, but you don't have any skill points in it. Okay.
Oh, no, I don't really. My character doesn't use guns.
okay. Yeah, you can hit him with it. Yeah, so that's a brawl roll.
Okay.
So, go on. Is it my turn?
It's Lance's turn.
I got a 1.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So that's an extreme. Well, that's a critical success. What is your so this is not an impaling weapon. What is your damage bonus?
1d4.
1d4. Okay. So you do basically max damage. So the gun is probably a d4 used as a club plus a d4 for your damage bonus. So yeah, so you like run up and wrap him right in the face with it. It's so he takes 8 damage. Or well, you see, I mean, it doesn't, there's almost like a flash when you hit him, as if there was some sort of, magical shield that like absorbs some of the damage, but it does, just the concussive force does sort of like stagger him. So he's sort of like stunned for a second. Who had the next highest dex?
Micah and I are tied at 60.
Okay. You were already in the room, so you go next, Shane.
Is there a way like so we have Dives is kind of ganging up on him or getting closer, hitting him with the
Yeah.
club. I sort of take courage from Dives making his move. I come up, I want to use intimidate and try to scream at this guy like, what do you want from us? What's going on here?
He's
I want
you probably, I mean, he's in a fight for his life at this
not
point.
gonna
There's
communicate.
nothing you can
Oh,
do to intimidate him anymore than
okay, we don't need two people fighting him. I'm gonna slowly back.
you do. I
We
mean,
might.
yeah, he
Okay.
is
This is
clearly
like-
some sort of wizard.
And okay, let's
And you do get an advantage if you team up on people.
okay. I also want to look around the room then. I want to look again to see if I can get some sort of weapon.
Okay.
You're a hobo. Do you not carry like a broken bottle around with you or anything?
Are there any bottles in the room?
There might be, yeah.
What do I roll?
Roll luck.
1 and 8.
Okay, yeah. There's like a whiskey bottle in the room.
Beautiful. All right, so I grab the whiskey bottle, I take a hit, and then I get ready to swing.
Okay. Roll brawl. And you get a bonus die on this because Lance is also brawling him.
Oh,
So
do I
that
roll?
means you roll twice and you take the better result.
Okay. Boop. 9 and 10 for the first. 7 and 1 for the second.
And what's your brawl skill?
is,
Wasn't it like 30 or did you have more in it?
yeah, where do I go for brawl again? Where is
It's
it?
fighting
Bottom left.
parentheses brawl.
30.
Okay,
Burn
yeah,
41 luck.
yeah. So maybe maybe you shouldn't have taken that swing of whiskey. Um, uh, Micah, it's your turn.
Okay. Couple questions. Would I be able to, I'm not sure if I would do this or not, but would I be able to shoot him without shooting Lance in the back? Like what angle?
So you can, there's kind of a complicated thing about the rules. If you fire at point blank, you get a bonus die. If you fire into melee, you get a penalty die. So you
Oh.
can like step up to him immediately and just try to hold the gun against him. And it is chaotic, but we'll say that the penalty and bonus dice cancel each other out. So yeah,
Okay.
you can sort of step up into melee range and just try to fire at him in melee.
Yeah, I would. Well, because I was wondering, like, would I have the presence of mind to be thinking, like, maybe we need to, like, just beat this guy up and question him, or like, 'cause I was imagining RP wise, Thomas would just be like, I gotta kill this guy and like try to
Yeah,
shoot him.
this guy has just blown acidic smoke onto you. So
Yeah, like I already after the yellow paper thing, I would just imagine
and you're insane. So
yeah.
you're probably not
Okay.
trying to take him alive.
So I would probably has anybody seen True Detective season 1?
I was thinking about
You know, the Reggie Ledoux, that's what I would probably be doing. So yeah, I just try to like walk up to him and yeah, that.
Okay.
So
Roll
just a
firearms.
straight up firearms roll. Okay. Please God. Oh, good. That's a 30 or a 20. I forget how to read, but either way, it's a hard success.
A hard success. Okay.
Are we doing hit location die or would I?
No, you just
since
have to roll damage. So what is the damage die on your gun?
That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't write that part in. Sorry. I think it's 1d6 for revolvers, but I can double
I
check.
think it's a D8 actually.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so roll a D8.
Okay. Where is my DA? There it is. Okay. Oh my God. That's a 1. What is the isn't it like a 1d8 plus something? Or I guess I don't have a damage bonus for size, so
Well, you're not using you're not using it as a melee weapon.
oh true.
So yeah, I think it's just a D8.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I rolled a 1, so that did nothing.
Yeah, you step up and try to shoot him. But it again, you kind of glance and the bullet, you see it. I mean, it almost kind of it like flashes against his magical shield and like goes off in another direction and hits the wall. Everybody roll dodge again.
we are the most incompetent group.
I know. This is like Tucker and Dale versus Evil if it was a Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I'm 10 and 9.
Okay, at least
61.
I got a hard success on the dodge this
Okay.
time. 19.
And Lance.
61.
And what is your dodge?
33.
Okay. Roll Constitution.
Oh boy. So that's 39, and my con is 70.
Okay. So you're not disabled, but you do take 8 points of damage from this smoke. It's now your turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. One more thing. You hear the door at the top of the steps.
That's
Oh,
what
no.
I
Yeah.
wondered if that was coming back. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm gonna
Maybe
shout
that'll
out-
eat him. That'd be great for us.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell everyone very quickly what I saw down there. Like, guys, he created some kind of aberration, some kind of flesh monster who's revolting.
Thomas just starts
It's coming
screaming
at him.
louder.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, in the midst of this combat, Lance starts screaming about a flesh monster.
to be
It's,
clear,
it's kind of hard to parse in context, but
Okay, so I guess I'm really concerned about him like hitting my face. I don't want to lose my physical
Yeah.
appearance. So I'm gonna go all out and try to just hit him as hard as I can.
Okay. And you get a bonus die because Shane is also in melee with him.
So what does that mean?
That means you roll twice and you take the better result.
Oh, okay.
Does he get another one since I'm also at that range, or do I have to be engaged in melee, or is it cap at
I
one?
think you have to be engaged in melee. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. 46 was the lower.
Okay. And your brawl is
Oh yeah, it's 86.
okay.
Nice.
So roll 2d4.
2d4. Okay. 4.
Okay. Yeah, you smash him again. You do see you actually do like hit his skin this time. Whatever magical shield he had up has dissipated. So yeah, you like hit him right in the sternum.
Can I? Oh yeah. Can I yell at him like, "What have you done here?" As I'm hitting him? Like I want to
yeah.
understand. I want an
I mean,
answer.
his mouth is full of like smoke that he's trying to blow at you all. So he probably doesn't answer, but Shane, it's your turn, and you also again get a bonus die.
All right. I am. Yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah, assuming you attack him.
Yeah. Might
Can
as
he
well.
smash the whiskey bottle in half and use it as to get like stabbing damage? I don't know if there's a stabbing blunt
Yeah,
distinction.
there is, because with a stabbing weapon, you can get what's called impaling damage.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, he does not take a swig of whiskey this time. It's drags anywhere now.
Be
And
great if he did every combat round. We just see him
getting
shoot.
increasingly inebriated. Okay, so he goes for another shot. 8 and 4. Worthless.
Okay, so that's a miss.
We suck.
Yeah.
Except for
Micah,
Lance.
Micah,
Lance is awesome.
It's your turn.
Okay. I would assume like I would just try to do the same thing again because I doubt my
Yeah.
psychological state has changed in like the 7 seconds since the last time I did. So I'd probably just still be like screaming and recock the hammer, try again.
Yeah.
So it's just firearms roll again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what I get here. 52, so regular success.
Okay. And roll a d8 damage.
Please not a 1 this time. That'd be awesome. Okay, 8. There we go.
All right. Yeah, you get him pretty good. He's yeah, you hit him like kind of in the shoulder. He's clearly bleeding badly. Yeah, I mean he's wincing, he's in terrible pain. Lance got him really good earlier. Yeah, he looks concerned. At the same time though, the door to the basement swings open. And this horrendous abomination rushes out into the room. Those of you who have not seen this thing yet, roll sanity.
Yeah, Henry has no idea what anyone's talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
The smoke is weird to him, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay, 31, so it's a regular success.
5 and 10. My sanity is 35.
Okay. So you're gonna lose a D10 sanity, Shane. Micah, you lose 1 sanity.
Okay.
You're kind of a nerd to the horror by now. So Shane, you lose 7 sanity.
Okay. So I'm
And
going.
that you started with 35.
Yeah, so I'm at 28.
Okay, so this causes this causes you to gain the condition indefinite insanity, which Micah also has at this point. You see this thing rush into the room, and well, you can roll lore Calvinism to see if you can somehow rationalize this.
Yeah, this is God's punishment.
Yeah.
Gambling and alcoholism. Okay, hold on.
It being about you specifically would be in line with Calvinist theology.
10 and 7. No luck.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you didn't pay close enough attention in your
I forgot this Bible verse.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you see this thing rush in, um, and you see that it's your child.
Oh,
What?
You had forgotten that you had a child, but it must have been a hookup, you know. You're a vagrant, you've been moving around.
yeah.
This man has had your child in his basement. That's what's been happening the whole time. Uh,
Oh God. Wait, is it my child is like among the appendages that are
no,
attached?
this thing is your child. That's your
Okay.
child.
All right. So is
Maybe, you
I'm
know, I mean, maybe you know, you don't know about genes and all that stuff. They haven't been
yeah,
able to do
yeah.
that. Something, so clearly he's not in a good condition, but maybe this man has done something horrible to your child.
Oh, so I'm like, oh my God, Tim,
Yeah. Um,
where have you been? What has this man done to you? I was
yeah.
looking all over for you. I wasn't. I was not looking. Yeah, so that he
Oh,
knew he was aware of the child, maybe like
yeah.
pushed into the back of his mind,
Yeah.
bygones be bygones. But at this point, he starts trying to communicate with this creature, hoping that there's some semblance of recognition.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You start trying to get through to your child.
Right.
Mr. Corbitt, I mean, he's in a very bad way right now. He sort of reaches out with his hand. He's chanting something like towards the child thing. And Lance, it's your turn.
Is there a knife on the table?
No,
Um,
not Tim.
there's probably not a knife in the room,
Oh,
no.
okay. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, so I guess I don't know what magic is, but there's obviously something going on. Maybe can I try to break his arm or grab his arm and twist it behind his back?
You can just yeah, you can just attack him.
Oh, okay, just attack him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, he's in a bad way. He's been shot pretty badly. He's bleeding. He's been hit several times. There are two things you could try to do. One is that you could be attempting to like further injure him. You
Uh-huh.
know, you might be able to like kill him or knock him unconscious if you hit him again. Another thing is you might be not attempting to injure him, but just attempting to like grab him and pin him down or something like that.
Yeah, okay, I think I'll try to just pin him down.
Okay. Roll fighting brawl.
Okay. 91, I fail.
Okay. Yeah, you try, he manages to like slip away. Um, Shane, it's your turn. Your child is here. This man
Yeah.
is chanting something at it.
So I am completely. I have no real capacity for self-defense at this point. My mind is slowly breaking. The bottle drops from my hand and falls to the floor. Whiskey's pouring out. I'm falling on my knees and just saying, Tim, Tim, it's your pa.
Okay.
Hey, don't you
It's
remember?
Gonna
it's
watch him get
it's
eaten.
okay, your child is walking towards you. Micah, it's your turn. Mr. Shane is losing his mind. Mr. Corbitt is chanting. Lance has unsuccessfully tried to grab him.
Yeah. So just so you like know, Lance, because I don't know if dives would be like picking. We are kind of like in the heat of combat, so I don't expect you guys to be like psychoanalyzing. But I'm also clearly crazy, and I would not have made any attempts to like conceal the fact that I'm just actively trying to kill this guy.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know if that would play into like your basically if you like restrain him, I'm still going to be trying to shoot him.
Yeah.
So if we want to restrain this guy, you're also going to, I mean, I wouldn't probably even be taking note of what Henry is
Yeah, I
doing.
mean it's your turn right now, Micah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm going to shoot him again. That's the
Okay.
idea. But I just want to make sure like dives knew
Oh,
what like yeah, I'm doing.
yeah. I
Um,
think Dives probably wasn't paying attention. But yeah, definitely do what you're gonna do.
okay, regular success.
Okay.
Damage, let's see. 2. So I mean,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
awesome.
Nonetheless, I mean, I mean, he's not that tough, and he's been bludgeoned several times. You already got him before. You get him again, um, and he sort of staggers back and then just like falls with a thud to the floor. He's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shane, you you sit down to embrace this thing. It rushes up to you. Um, and it kind of I mean it like rears up and there's some sort of a maw
Yeah.
underneath, and it just like sort of attaches to you and begins like gnawing and sucking on your chest, and you feel like horrible pain spreading through you as it's like injecting something into you. You take 8 hit points of damage.
All right.
And Micah and Lance, you see Shane getting like hoovered up by this monster.
Like, is it already
Uh,
do I have a sense of how long it's gonna take, like, for him to die, or
You have no idea.
okay.
I mean you could try to just pull the thing off of him. Or you could, try to shoot it or
Yeah.
um,
Sure. I'm going you know what? I think Dives would just be panicked and he would just like try to unload the clip. He just like
Okay.
pull the trigger as many times as until it doesn't.
Okay, so you can do that. So what that means is you begin firing. Basically you get like additional penalty die every time you fire.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, so
Oh,
at the
that is
same time you probably get one bonus die because this thing is trying to like feed on Shane. It's not attempting to dodge or anything like that. So you can roll twice.
this is
it's also
a
pretty big,
dumb-
isn't it? Right? It's like,
It's pretty big too.
okay.
I mean, it's not so much hitting it as just hitting it somewhere that will make any difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I maybe
Like we
I'll
gotta
just
just try to
try
pull
to pull
him,
it off of Shane.
out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
just try to pull him off.
Okay,
Or it might be easier to pull Shane out. Could we just pull Henry, or will that like rip him apart?
It's kind of pushed him. I mean, imagine like, a dog that rushes up when you're
Mm-hmm.
kneeling and it like kind of gets up, like
Oh
the
yeah.
it's kind of done that, and it's like pushed Shane over and has him pinned down.
How big and heavy is this thing, Keen?
It's pretty heavy, probably. I mean,
Like
He
200
said a few
pounds?
hundred pounds. Yeah.
yeah, it's probably heavier than a person. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty strong though. I'm going to try. Well, maybe not that strong. Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull it off.
okay. And Micah, are you going to do the same thing or?
Well, that's partially what I was gonna ask you. How much wherewithal would I have at this point? Because like I was for the most part in my crazed state, mostly focused on like killing Corbitt. And now
Yeah,
I've seen this monstrosity come in. Like, how much wherewithal would I have? Like, I'm
you
kind of
did
relieved, but
you did pass the sanity check for seeing this thing. So you might have some. I mean, it's obviously horrifying, but it's not any more horrifying than anything else that's happened.
would I? No, I wouldn't have. I'm still insane, like overall, so I wouldn't have that much. Hmm. I guess I guess I probably wouldn't have enough wherewithal to really take any initiative. But if I see Dives rush this thing to try to push it off of Henry, I probably would join him if that's reasonable.
So what is the strength of each of you?
Mine's
65.
50. Yeah,
And
50.
I'm at 85.
okay, so Dives, you're at
Yeah. So I roll or
no, what is your strength?
oh, I'm sorry, 65.
Okay, so 65, 50. Shane, are you trying to pull this thing off of you or keep it on you?
I was gonna try and use that bottle that was
Mhm.
lying on the floor to either like maybe smash it and try to either stick it in the maw itself or to
This
be.
thing is your child.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. In late term abortion in Boston, 1933. Um, I'm gonna try and push it off.
Okay, you're gonna try to put, okay, so you're all pushing. So Shane, you
God.
roll once to represent everyone's efforts.
Oh no. Okay.
So it's
It's
85.
all on you.
What was it? 50 and 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 220 strength.
I got a 3 and a 7.
37.
Okay, so that's an extreme success. Right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, you all managed to like push this thing off of Shane, you know, and it sort of like staggers back. There are like bits of gore, you know, dripping from its maw. And it like, you know, then like falls back down on the floor, back into, you know, a crawling position.
Is there any other way out of this room other than like where it came in?
Well, there are several. I mean, you're
Oh,
in
this is
like
just
a
the parlor, right? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
so there's probably a door into the dining room, a door into
Swear to God, Tom, if you run out on this.
No, I would assume we were all okay. I assume we were all trying to run, or we might be. What's everybody else think? Like, everybody's characters thinking at this point.
I'm gonna
Oh.
shoot that thing.
I'm still very much I've got to make some sort of contact with this my
Now,
child.
well, Dives is the only one of us at this point who's not insane. So, I guess what would an insane person do in this situation?
Try to communicate with this thing.
Well, you're trying to communicate with it, and Dives is trying to shoot it. So, what would I do? I honestly might just give it a second. I don't know. I also how like Dustin, am I okay, I should say this. I'm obviously like terrified of the basement. Would that like terror translate to me just wanting to get out of the house? Or would I be like fine to stay here
You
and
don't
help
so
them?
much, yeah, I mean, you don't so much like being in the house. You're not going to go in the basement. I mean, if you're friends, or I mean, if you're people who it's been too awkward to you know, break off contact with or in trouble, you might be willing to say for for their sake. Yeah.
Okay. Would I uh sorry, I guess I've taken up I've started strategizing, but it's not even my turn first, or is it on to me? Because
Yeah.
Lance is shooting.
Yeah, Lance has the highest dex. Lance, this thing is not like trying to dodge or anything, and it's big, and you no longer have like the issue of Shane underneath. So you probably don't even need to roll an attack. You can probably just like, well, I guess roll so what, there are 6 bullets in the gun.
Yeah.
Roll roll 6 rolls just to see if any of them are extreme successes.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to miss, but
16,
and what's your
44,
skill with firearm?
20,
Okay.
45,
Oh my kid.
33. So only one passed.
Yeah, so they all hit, but none of them are extreme successes. So just roll 68 and just add up the
Oh,
numbers.
wow.
This thing's gonna have a fuck ton of health.
1, 2.
That's not good. I should go try to find Shane a shotgun. Well, he wouldn't shoot his. Well, I don't know that he thinks this is his kid, though. Do we hear anything else while this is happening, like from the outside, like more police showing up, the other 2 police like moving around? Like, do we hear anything from outside?
The one policeman ran off, and the other policeman followed him.
I think they're not gonna help.
Probably, yeah. I mean, presumably people have heard gunshots from the house by this point. Something will happen sooner or later, but
So that was 22 damage. I think Dives is just like pulling the trigger over and over, screaming. This is probably the first time he's ever shot a gun.
yeah,
And he's just kind of freaking out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You just put your gun against this thing and just begin like firing.
Do I even know what part is like a head or?
No. Yeah. So the thing is still alive. Shane, you've seen Lance just put his gun and empty the clip into your child.
Yeah. So I am like horrified at this and I'm screaming. Am I allowed to like try and take the gun?
Yeah,
It's
you can
empty
roll
now.
fighting brawl to try
Like,
to grab the gun.
yeah, so I want to like kind of I'm not a fan of him shooting my what's left of this child that I had at some point in my debaucherous past. So I kind of dive for the gun and I'm like, no, God, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Roll brawl.
Okay. 5 and 5. What am I looking at for points?
Um, brawl.
Brawl.
So your brawl was 30, I think.
Yeah, 30.
Okay. Yeah. So you fail to get the gun away. Um, okay, Micah, what do you do?
Ah. I don't know, man. Would I have the wherewithal to like try to convince them to run with me? Or
No.
would I just, eh.
Not leaving.
Because this is a weird, like from my insane perspective, like Dives tried to shoot it, Henry's trying to save it. I'm too freaked out to know. I guess following from, I can infer it came from the basement, and anything from the basement must die. So I would probably try to shoot it. Oh, here's a
Okay.
question. Here's what I was gonna ask. Did when Lance shot it 6 times, did it like have any visible like physiological, like did it recoil? Is there any
Yeah.
blood, like
Yeah, it
anything?
was record. Yeah, there's more of that that shoot up cracker stuff is kind of gushing out where he's shot it. It clearly, yeah. I mean, it sort of like made a screaming type noise, a little bit like a baby.
Okay. No. Okay, hang on. I shot the flower. Did I shoot Corbitt twice or 3 times?
Uh,
3 times because I
I
rolled a
would say
1, an 8, and a
three.
2, so
Yeah,
I have 2 rounds left. So I'd
yeah.
probably try to shoot it twice with my last 2 revolver rounds.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll twice to see if you get an extreme success.
Do I have a penalty on the second?
No.
Okay. That's yeah, nope. That was a 93, and that is neither one's an extreme.
Okay. So roll 2d8.
Okay, where's my other D8? There we go. It's a total of 7, 4, and a 3.
Okay. Okay. It does like slump down. I mean, it clearly is in, I mean, it is responding to the damage. It seems like it's in trouble, but it is still alive.
Is it
Uh,
actively like coming towards us or attacking or anything, or is it just sitting there?
no, it's kind of like if you beat a dog or something. I mean, it's kind of if you, insofar as you can interpret its movements, it's kind of like recoiling from you.
Oh,
But
okay. I'd probably just kind of cool off after that then and kind of just be like, well, I'm also out of it. I'd have to reload, so um
um,
I guess if I see that, I probably would stop trying to kill it, at least in
you
my
are
head, unless
insane. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know.
but Lance, it's your turn. The gun is empty. Yeah, I guess you don't have any more bullets for it.
No, I don't.
Um,
I probably just dropped the gun.
okay.
Have I heard Henry talking about how this is his baby? Do I understand Henry?
Yeah, yeah. He's been trying to talk to it as if it's his child.
So I'm gonna go to Henry and try and like help him up. I don't
Mhm.
know, maybe like shake him a bit and say, Henry, what are you doing? We need to get out of here.
Uh, roll maybe roll psychology or something.
Okay. Oh, 3.
Ooh.
And I don't, my psychology is 10.
Okay. So that's not an extreme success then.
No.
Yeah, Shane, Lance is grabbing you and trying to say something to you. You think he wants you to leave your kid behind.
Yeah. I want to try and insist. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is my boy. This is my boy. I can't leave him. The captain goes down with the ship.
Can I
Just throw it out analogies.
can I grab the whiskey bottle and hold it up to Henry and just be like, Henry, just take a big drink.
He smashed the whiskey bottle, didn't he?
Oh no.
Yeah. So
I
no.
didn't smash it. I dropped it on the floor. It's
Oh,
there's
I
still
thought you
some.
I thought you smashed it because you were trying to stab
Oh
him with
yeah.
it.
We went back on that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think I had asked it or suggested it, but I don't think he did.
Okay. Micah, while this is happening, are you like reloading your gun?
I don't think I'd have the wherewithal to do anything else. Like ideally, I would want to like check on Corbitt's body, but I don't really want to shoot the thing again. But in the interest of being prepared, or maybe I do. I don't know how my sanity's working right now, but I guess I would just be. Yeah, because I already established I wouldn't have the wherewithal to like help him convince Henry to leave. So I probably would just be reloading, and I'm kind of probably in like an almost fugue-like state. I'm not
Yeah.
really like doing anything. I'm just sort of mindlessly like reloading.
Okay. Yeah, you've reloaded your gun. Yeah, Shane Lance is telling you that this is his kid. You can't leave him behind.
Mhm. Oh, sorry, you mean
Oh yeah, and you're trying to get him to drink some whiskey.
yeah.
Okay.
Persuade with double advantage.
Do you drink the whiskey, Shane?
I don't know. I kind of feel like at this point, Henry is sort of like, listen, you start with a one shot, and then before you know it, you have a monstrosity child thing attacking you. I think maybe he's starting to reconsider his life choices. I don't know if he takes it. I think he takes the bottle and he says like he's about to say no, but then he sees it and he's like, all right, it's the last time.
Okay. Yeah, he's refusing. Micah, your gun is reloaded now. Do you try to finish this thing off or?
I wouldn't want to, like my actual self, I don't think, but I mean, also it did come from the basement.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming in my state, I probably would try to
You
kill it.
probably want to do it, yeah.
Yeah. Do I need to? But I'm not gonna like unload the whole. Maybe I would. I guess I'm nuts. I might just be trying to.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I roll 6?
Yeah.
Or maybe should I say like 3?
Really, you probably don't even have to roll at this point. It's already in kind of bad shape.
Okay.
Yeah, you just press
I
your
just shoot till it
yeah.
reacts.
Yeah. Yeah, you just press your gun against it and, start firing. Finally the thing, collapses to the floor, and stops moving. He's killed your child, Shane.
I know. So I'm
I'm
like
sorry.
falling on the floor. I'm like, you bastards. I'm like grabbing, trying to find whatever part resembles its face.
Yeah. Maybe roll sanity again since you think that your child was killed.
I can't believe you, Micah.
Me neither, dude.
I got 9 and 2.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna lose okay, you lose 6 sanity from this
Okay.
experience.
So
Yeah, you just sort of break down.
yeah, I'm at 22 now.
Yeah. Actually, well, you can roll lore Calvinism again to see if you can rationalize this.
Okay.
He was not elect.
Yeah.
4 and 5.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, you don't know enough Calvinism to not be sad that your child was killed. Uh,
So close.
um, all right. So Mr. Corbitt is dead. This thing is dead. Do you attempt to look around and figure out what the fuck was happening, or
Yeah.
That's a question for Dives, because the other two of us are
yeah,
nuts.
yeah, the other two of you are nuts. Lance, what do you want to do? Do you want to try to understand the situation? Do you
Yeah.
just yeah.
He's definitely absolutely wants to understand. Also, kind of keeping an eye on his friends to make sure that they're not gonna do anything bad.
Yeah. Yeah, good. So you just begin looking around.
Yeah, I guess I would start with the creature and try to investigate it.
Okay.
Then maybe go to
Yeah,
Corvid.
it's a horrible abomination. Um, you have no idea what this thing's internal physiology is. It's not moving anymore. It's dead. It clearly all of these parts have been like grafted together, presumably by Mr. Corbitt.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
in ways that in some cases don't seem medically possible based on what you know. But uh,
All right. I'll turn and I'll investigate Mr. Corbin.
okay, he's dead. He's a dead middle-aged guy.
Do I know that he was casting a spell or doing magic?
You saw him like breathing acidic smoke out. Uh, so and you saw like bullets bouncing off him and stuff.
Oh,
So I mean, something paranormal was occurring at least.
yeah.
You could roll like a cult or something.
Yeah. Oh, I got really good occult.
I forgot that about your character. That's cool.
97. I failed.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get anything. You all get 5 to your Cthulhu Mythos skill, by the way.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah,
Uh,
the score goes up.
yeah. I mean, there's the parlor. There is his study. There are a bunch of books in there.
Yeah. Would it be possible to take some time to sort of get Thomas and Henry to snap out of their insanity?
You can get them to calm down. I mean, they need longer help at this
Uh,
point. So you can't quite get them to snap out of it, but you can get
yeah.
them to be like mildly functional for a little bit.
Do I think that I could get them to be functional enough that they could participate in the investigation? Or
Yeah, I mean, they're both wrecks, but the situation has calmed down.
yeah. Do,
I'm
do you
also
guys
like burnt to shit by like 2 different bouts of acid. So
guys, I have a burning need to understand what's happening here. We just go to the hospital.
Bad pun.
Not the time.
I I I
Dives.
I feel like Henry wants to go. Like he's gonna want to go downstairs.
Oh,
Gonna try to bury your child maybe in the backyard.
Like what
That'd be
happened?
sweet. Oh yeah.
Uh, do you go downstairs?
Is it my turn? Can I do that?
Yeah, you
can I
can.
try to stop Henry?
Can I also try to stop him?
Yeah, you
I-
can try to stop him.
Oh, I have to know what happened to my boy. I have to know what that psychotic monster did to my child.
Look, Henry, it's bad. It's real bad. Uh,
Don't tell me.
trust me, you don't want to see it.
I have no choice. And he like slowly, he's like psychotic. He's like his mind is gone. He's stumbling down those stairs to the
All
basement.
right.
Like, what happened?
I won't
Okay.
force him not to.
Yeah, you can roll brawl to try to stop him.
I think I would let him if he
Oh,
insisted.
you let him?
My kid.
Like, I'm gonna try to stop him, but I'm not gonna physically force him not to.
You
Right.
don't know what it's like to be a father.
Can I try to use persuasion instead of brawl? Or
You could try to persuade him, yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
Shane,
roll
honestly, it's your
persuade.
choice. Like, I can't persuade you if you don't want to be persuaded.
I want to
Um,
go down.
You
Yeah,
you can roll persuade to see if you can get something out
Yeah.
that sounds persuasive, and then Shane can decide whether he wants to listen
All
to
right.
it or
It was a
Okay.
66 anyway.
not. Okay. Yeah, Lance is, blathering. He doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. It seems like maybe he doesn't even understand yet that this was your child. It's hard to believe that he missed that by this stage. But
Dives was never the brightest among us.
yeah.
No, actually, he probably was.
By a long shot. Well, at least socially, yeah.
So
Yeah. So
you stumble down the stairs.
yeah,
Okay.
and I'm
Yeah.
looking. I'm trying to find like some sort of evidence to like see what happened. Like, was the child like being cared for?
Okay. Yeah, the child was in a room with, a concrete floor, and a bowl of water, and it looks like there's some bits of rotten meat where it had been fed or something. Uh, yeah, I mean, there are strange experimental things around. You do see the strange dancing symbol on the altar. And at that point you do roll sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Was waiting for that. Let's see. 6 and 2.
okay. Okay, you lose 2 more points of sanity.
All right, I'm at 20.
Ooh. Is it possible for us to come and help him not go insane?
Not me.
Not really. Yeah, Micah can't go down there anyway. You
Oh,
could go
okay.
down and try to convince him to leave.
I mean, I'll go down just to be with him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
But
you sort of help him mourn a little bit.
I try to tell him, like, look, man, that wasn't your kid, but I understand what you're feeling. I mean, I don't understand, but I get that it's
How
bad.
could you possibly understand?
Exactly. No.
Yeah. Um, yeah, maybe you can like gain a point of sanity back from that, Shane. It seems like he's finally understood what's happening.
Getting through to me.
Um, yeah, do you stay down there? Do you get back up?
Um,
Is there any like if we're investigating here, is there anything else that we're seeing, or is it just the altar, the symbol?
Yeah, I mean you could look in the fridge or
yeah, let's do that.
All right. I'm not a fan of opening the fridge, but like we agree to do it.
okay. Yeah, it's a strange mix of body parts and like removed nerves and tendons, and I mean all sorts of blood vessels that have somehow been preserved and like hung up. And I mean, you probably both roll sanity from this.
Why do we do it?
Oh,
I just wanted to see 8 and 6.
oh,
Okay.
43.
Okay. You're probably okay. Shane, you lose another point of sanity. You lose the point of sanity you got back.
Uh,
Uh,
Can I take an etching of that symbol?
yeah,
I
you
don't
do
think I
that.
yeah, if there's just paper and a pen or something.
Okay.
Right.
Roll power.
Oh, okay. 3. And my
3.
power is 75.
Okay. You don't think that would be a good idea.
Oh, drawing the symbol?
Yeah, and keeping it with you.
Okay. Okay. Do I know why that would be a bad idea?
Uh, you can roll Cthulhu Mythos, which you
Okay.
now have 5 points in.
How so I just roll another D100?
Yeah.
91.
No, you don't know why, but you know that that would be a bad idea.
Okay. I think I say, Henry, this is creeping me out. Maybe we should go investigate more.
Honestly, you think it's kind of bad that you've all seen this symbol now,
Oh, okay.
but
Henry, maybe we should get out of here.
And Henry is also feeling this deep sense of unease.
Roll, I mean, and roll power.
Okay. 3 and an 8. Power is at 35.
No, you're not any more uneasy than you were.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
come on,
right.
Henry. Come on.
Still pretty uneasy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you leave the basement.
Yes.
Do you make any further effort to investigate? You could look through the study, you could go upstairs.
My vote is upstairs at this point. If we're gonna go ahead and just like clear the room, we should go upstairs.
I want to investigate every room.
Okay,
I would do both upstairs and the study.
okay.
If
Um,
we're staying in this house anyways, I want to get as far away from the basement as possible. So upstairs sounds good.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, fair
I'll
enough.
definitely close the door as we're coming upstairs or out of the basement.
Okay. Yeah, you look through things upstairs. You don't really, I mean, it just seems like, here's his bedroom, there's like the guest room, blah blah blah. Like there's not a whole lot going on out of the ordinary as far as you can tell up there.
Okay. So then we move on to the study.
Yeah. Everybody roll library use.
Hey Dustin, I had a mechanics question that it's not relevant to right now, but before I forget to ask, should we be check marking skills that we get extremes on or no?
Oh, yeah, any skill that you succeed at, sorry, I should have told you at the beginning. Any skill that you succeed at, you should check.
Oh.
Okay.
So just at the end of the session, try to remember which skills you succeeded at some point and put a check next to those, and I'll tell you what you need to do.
Okay. I got 8 and 9.
I failed. 42.
I've failed as well at 91.
Okay. Who has the highest library use?
20.
20.
45.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so none of you, I mean, you all start looking through, there are all these old books. There are strange, strange books on the occult, history books about medicine. You can't make a lot of sense out of most of them. Roll spot hidden.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
4
Ooh,
and
78, regular success.
18. Half.
All right. So both Micah and Lance succeeded.
Uh-huh.
I think, Lance, did you say you had a hard success? Do you have
Yeah, I got under the half value.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Lance, you, as you're searching through all this, you notice well, I guess two things. Micah, you find what looks like a handwritten journal and begin flipping through it. It looks like it's Mr. Corbitt's journal. He was a worshiper of a being called the King in Yellow, and some sort of messenger who he calls Nyarlathotep. He refers to him as the soul and messenger of the outer gods. He apparently performed some sort of ritual some years ago, in which he allowed himself to be possessed by Nyarlathotep as a means of siring Nyarlathotep's child. His wife died in childbirth, but that thing in the basement was what was produced by that. He also mentions that about 15 years ago, Nyarlathotep told him to buy this house. And because he would have some role, some important mission in the future that required him to be in this house. And it turns out, Lance, that he's been spying on you making notes of all of your movements in and out of the house, everyone you go. Apparently, when he goes over to visit, he like breaks into your room and looks around. He's been taking all these copious notes on you specifically.
Oh,
Micah, do you tell Lance about this?
Of course.
Okay.
And probably in a very disjointed fashion to where he can't quite tell what I'm trying to tell him, but I
Yeah.
just kind of be holding out the book.
Yeah.
This is Corbitt, you, room, notes,
Yeah.
house, baby, outer god. Outer god, your room, baby.
Yeah. How do you respond to this, Lance?
I am astonished, horrified. I don't even think I say anything. I'm just like jaw dropped looking at the note.
Yeah. You're stunned by this. After a little bit, you go back to searching. You find a pair of books that that both kind of stand out to you. Uh, in fact, both of them have that yellow sign on the spine of them.
With the 3 question marks.
Yeah. One is called The King in Yellow. The other is called The Imperial Dynasty of America.
Oh.
Do you look through them?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Which do you look through first?
The Imperial Dynasty.
Okay. It's a book. It looks like it, I mean, it's printed. It looks like it was printed in the 1700s. It's very rambling, and it contains this very long genealogy stretching many centuries. But it purports to trace the imperial dynasty of America from somewhere called Carcosa, through the British aristocracy, down to a bunch of people who are stated to be living in the modern day. Again, this book was published in the 1700s, but you find your own name in it, including the correct names of your parents and your date of birth. And so this book identifies you as part of this imperial dynasty of America. It's too complicated. You can't figure out like who would actually be the heir, and I mean, there's all sorts of like bizarre stuff going on. But yeah, your name is in this book. Oddly, Shane and Micah, your names are also both in this book. And furthermore, I mean, again, this book was printed in the 1700s. It goes up to the modern day, but it doesn't go into the future. This seems to be the culmination of whatever this book is about.
So this book, so the hair on the back of my neck is just sticking. I got goose pimples all over my arms.
Yeah, you probably all roll sanity.
Yeah. So we're thinking, 4
and 1.
4 and a 10, or 40 and a 10, so 50 perfectly regular success.
Okay, so if you pass, you lose 1 sanity. If you fail, you lose 2 sanity.
Okay. So we're thinking this book predicted the future?
No.
It doesn't have any future info.
Future for it.
But the book seems to have been written in the 1700s, and it does contain accurate information. Yeah. So it predicted its future. It doesn't predict the future for you all or for anyone else in the book.
And is the print all the same, or does it look like maybe it's been modified over time?
It looks like it's all the same.
Wait, was there print even in this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we look at the other book?
Yeah. It's some play. It's a
Don't read that one.
Yeah.
No, I definitely open it.
You open it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's I mean, it's a play about some city by a lake on a planet in the Hyades, beneath strange black stars. There's some sort of succession crisis going on in this city, and a strange visitor has arrived in the city, wearing a pale mask and bearing the yellow sign. Um, at the culmination, the first act is, I mean, it's honestly not, I mean, it's eerie, but it's like kind of boring. It's not that interesting to, at the culmination of the first act, the uh the the uh the princess, Camilla, there's some sort of masquerade that's been happening, and she demands that this strange visitor in the pallid mask remove his mask at the end of the masquerade. And she says, you sir should unmask. Everyone else has removed their mask. And the visitor reveals that he wears no mask. At which point she screams, "No mask, no mask." And somehow it's clear to the people in the room that this is some sort of revelation of their doom. Do you continue to read the second act?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I reading it out loud?
Yeah.
Please don't.
Aware, because you said that our names are in it, but is that something that we're both aware of as he's reading it?
Your names are in the genealogy book, the
Yeah.
Imperial
Yeah.
Dynasty of America.
I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
definitely-
presumably if he's told you all.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Um, yeah, so Lance, you decide that you're going to read the second act.
Yeah, I feel like I need to know. I need to
Okay.
understand everything.
Okay. It begins with a song that one of the characters sings. Along the shore, the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake, the shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise, strange moons circle through the skies, but stranger still is lost Carcosa. Songs that the Hyades shall sing, where flap the tatters of the king, must die unheard in dim Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung as tears unshed, shall dry and die, and lost Carcosa. Roll power, Lance.
Oh, okay. Please be good. Oh, 77.
And what's your power?
It's 75.
Do you want to spend 2 luck points to succeed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, I guess it wouldn't make a difference if I spent more, would it?
No.
Not unless you spend enough more to make it like a hard or extreme, which would,
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been reading this. Again, it's kind of intriguing, kind of boring, not honestly all that well written. You suddenly feel very unsettled. You know that if you read the second act of this play, there will be no going back. You'll be in the abyss irrecoverably.
What does that mean?
It's just that.
Like,
No elaboration.
I guess I stop reading.
Okay, you close the book.
I want to keep reading so bad.
We could
Are you
all be
telling me-
insane. That'd be fun.
Are you telling me that like my character certainly will go insane, or
What you know is what I just said.
yeah, okay, so if I keep reading, I will be in the abyss
Forever.
Forever.
There will be no going back.
You know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna read silently so as
Okay.
to not harm my friends.
They appreciate it.
Okay. Lance reads the rest of the play. Maybe we should leave off there.
Oh, we're fucked.
All right. He's
All right.
no, I just need to end. Lance reads the rest of the book and is in the abyss irrecoverably.
Yeah.
There's a chance you're in the abyss irrecoverably.
Thank you all for joining us on my Call of Cthulhu actual play channel.
Oh,
Always
you know,
been,
it's all
always will be Call of Cthulhu actual play. Join us next time. See what happens as this interesting cliffhanger is resolved.
nice, nice.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
All right.